It's domination in a can. Tastes like loser tears.
New Mountain Dew Amp Game Fuel. Victory in a can.
Hello there once again, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another exciting evening action here on the Rainbow Six channel. Tonight, it's USN, and I've got Veli with me here to bring you guys all the action. How you doing tonight, Veli?
I'm tired, but you know what? I'm ready for these good games that are about to go down.
Absolutely. Well, of course, folks, we're going to be bringing you some great matches this evening. We'll take a look at the schedule real quick and see what exactly we have on the line for tonight's matchups, as we'll have Adventure Squad, or Adventure Force, I think it is, USN, going up against Azara Gaming. And then following that up, Luminosity is going to make yet another run, and they'll be going up against the Banana Boat crew. As usual, the winners will face off against each other, and the winner of that will move on into the closed qualifier for the stage itself.
The highlight team in this bracket so far is going to be Luminosity, but the way USN goes, we know that that doesn't mean too much because USN is full of nothing but upsets. But you know what, Blue? Monday, we went ahead, we recorded inside the USN. We gave away $700. BC walked away with $500. He tells people about how they can win money. We give it away all the time, every week.
Yeah, sure thing. So we have our Venmo Community Spotlight. Make sure you guys are submitting your clips for it, especially at the end of our Eastern Conference show every single week. It's usually when we tend to pick our winners. We give away $700 every single week. And all you need to do to enter is just give us a clip. It just needs to be Rainbow Six related. It can be your clip, it can be a friend's clip. Just make sure you upload it somewhere with the hashtag Venmo Community Spotlight on the submission, whether it's on YouTube, Twitter, or whatever. Most importantly, make sure you submit that submission to the link down below at esl.gg/Venmo-R6USN, where you'll have the submission link along with all of the other rules for this contest. Make sure to get those clips in before the end of our Thursday show. Otherwise, we might have to move you to next week.
And also remember to go ahead and make it funny, make it good, make it great. And most importantly, make it memorable. Make it catch our eye when we go ahead and review the footage, make it good, make it good. So also, make sure you go ahead and utilize the hashtag on social media, hashtag R6USN, if you would like to ask us questions or join a discussion with what is actually going on here at USN, because you guys are going to see a lot of big plays. I love the bracket so far, Luminosity, and then we get to see the one and only Suzaku, so it's going to be fun time.
Yeah, as usual here at USN, it is best of ones as well, which makes things even more unpredictable, but that'll take us into discussion for our first match tonight. Adventure Force going up against Azara Gaming. We'll take a look at the first roster with Adventure Force. There's someone on there I think the community at large will probably recognize. Here we've got Suzaku jumping onto the main Rainbow Six channel. And we're going to see how he throws into this one. He'll also be joined by Throw, Breezy, Cryogen, and Callie tonight as they step up to the plate here at USN for the first time.
This team is going to be scary. You know why? Suzaku, he gets all the kills, all the E-girls. There's nothing that he can't get, and he's going to try to get this W as well. But you know what? They're going to have a rough time because let's go ahead and take a look at the next team. Some familiar faces there as well. It's going to be Azara Gaming, Woofy, Jace, No Pulse, Pixelated, and I actually heard that Boop is a phenomenal player. So I was told that by word of mouth. I'm waiting to see it.
I want to say that I might have casted him before, or like we might have had him on USN before. Maybe, I don't know, maybe I'm misremembering it. But yeah, Boop's name kind of sounds familiar. Maybe we had him like further back in another stage. Either way, though, the roster in itself is another one that we have not had the opportunity to cover here yet at USN, as they've made it this far as well. We're getting towards the end of Stage 3. We're about halfway through our open qualifier part of the stage here. And within the next 2 weeks here, we'll be entering the closed conference qualifier part, where we'll start actually moving teams through each of the conference's brackets, and then finally onwards into LAN if they manage to win that bracket.
Yes, and so far the bracket, it's starting to dwindle down to the teams that are up and coming, and also the last few remaining professional teams. We have 4 teams that are already qualified for LAN, and right now we have the likes of Luminosity, Evil Geniuses, Parallax Gaming, and Dark Zero trying to qualify for LAN as well. So remember, do not wait until the wild card slot in this whole qualifier to go ahead and enter your team. do it now. Here in Stage 3, get in early. I better see you in those weekend qualifiers.
Yeah, definitely make sure you guys are signing up for that one. As usual, we also need to figure out the map that we're going to be playing this matchup on. So let's take a look at our map veto here and see where exactly this one goes. With only one map that these guys will play onto. And tonight, it's going to be Consulate. We're shaking things up a little bit. We only had 2 maps played out of all of the games we casted last week.
That was going to be Cafe or Clubhouse. I was so stressed. But Consulate, I love Consulate, man. It's such a breath of fresh air. Last time I've seen Consulate had to have been a while. Yeah.
It's, I think we had it the first week.
Yeah, the beginning of Stage 3.
Yeah. I think I want to say like Dark Zero played it or someone like that maybe. But it was definitely one of our like pro teams I think that managed to jump into it at least once. But yeah, Consulate, a very obviously a pretty old map at this point too. So teams should be very well familiar with it. So it's going to be a comfortable pick I think for both of these rosters. They'll be feeling okay to go into it as the strategy, especially for attackers on this map, is pretty well defined at this point. It should be easy to get a new team kind of prepared for it.
So you guys always hear about what we think. We went ahead and put a poll on Twitter to see what you thought about this matchup. 24% is going to go for Azara and 76%, whew, it's going to go to Adventure Force.
Quite a few thinking that Adventure Force and Suzuku's team is going to be able to make it through to this matchup, so we'll have to see if that'll hold true as we'll be getting started with this one in just a couple seconds.
Yep, so this is going to be a really interesting matchup. Actually, I remember the last time we saw Consulate was with Shrug, and that was when they had that amazing game with the clutches. Consulate is a really fun map because you see a lot of different playstyles embedded into this, especially up top on the 3rd floor. So let's go ahead and, second floor. Let's go ahead and see what both of these teams have under their sleeve. We're jumping around to the band phase.
All right, guys, we're getting into it now. It's looking like a Zara game is going to be starting out on attack. That's Adventure Force on defense. As usual, it is the first to 7 to win, and we will be on Consulate. So welcome to the match. First band going to be Jackal.
Okay.
Kind of aligning with pretty normal meta trends at this point. Jackal obviously being an incredibly aggressive anti-roamer with way too much intel for him to gather, along with just like a really good kit. Just way too much to deal with for a lot of defending teams to get rid of him. Thatcher is going to be the next band, though. We've been seeing that a little bit on Cafe. We haven't necessarily seen it as much extend to other maps, though, but it is starting to become more and more popular just because of how universally useful his EMP grenades are.
And also Valkyrie being banned, I mean, that's pretty much a given. She's usually banned on this map as well. The Thatcher ban's pretty interesting because lately we've been seeing a lot of Thatcher bans. So the meta is definitely changing. And Valkyrie, you want to get rid of those pesky little Valk cams. That goes ahead and spots out your teammates whenever you're trying to make a push. For the very last ban of the day, it's going to be Maestro. So Echo is going to be in play. Maestro being banned, I mean, he is extremely important on the 2nd floor and also down below in Garage. So, I mean, still, you have an Echo to worry about.
Yeah, you're going to have an Echo to worry about, along with some other things. Capital, for instance, didn't get banned out, so he's going to be a factor in this matchup for the attackers. And speaking of which, he's the first one picked there by No Pulse, as we are going to see that be brought in. And obviously that utility will be quite annoying to deal with for the defenders, especially on like upstairs sites.
Yeah.
You won't really be able to hold inside of the console office. You can very easily flush. Usually you have that smoke or a mute sitting behind the meeting table inside a projector. For instance, it's very easy to get someone out of that position with a Capital in play. So a lot more possibilities open up for the attackers now because he was unbanned.
So also with Thatcher being banned, I was expecting, you know what, we're going to see Maverick at some point in time in this game, but also it's really not that big of a deal because there's so many ways to go ahead and get rid of those bandit batteries whenever they're placed on the Garage. Kaid is a different story, which is where Maverick really comes into play. But let's say if you have a bandit and you go ahead and you try to bandit trick this Garage door and Thatcher isn't available. If you're on the attacking team, there's so many ways to get rid of those batteries. I mean, you can go upside down rappel. We call it the Ash spot where you go upside rappel over near piano. You're able to shoot down at the batteries, and thank you, Marcy. Right there on the left side of piano, you go ahead, use a breaching charge, and also that's where Buck and Sledge comes into play as well.
5 seconds left.
We don't see either of those operators, but we do see a Zofia who does as well of a good as job as Ash when it comes to that. We're here on the action phase around number 1. Let's see if Adventure Force can go ahead and hold back Azera Gaming.
All right, let's get into it here as we've got them out onto the table for the first time. Starting things out a little bit cautiously as they are looking for any potential runouts or aggressive peaks we get in the early round. Here in USN, we actually get that quite a bit. You normally only see that from teams like, like LG and whatnot did it quite a bit last time in their PL match, but get it quite a bit here on USN teams as well. They tend to play quite aggressively, so Azara is going to try to be mindful of that, as they also, of course, do their early round drone work here still as well for the first minute or so.
No, in this map, more than others, I would say so personally. I feel like the Ren Outs are that much more important to watch out for. You have to be completely cognizant about it, because let's say if you do want to do that ash charge trick to go ahead and shoot the batteries whenever you're on rappel on side of buildings, such as Capital right now, there's so many windows you can run out of. Whenever you watch Latin American gameplay, they love doing that. So there's so many ways you can really dominate with your presence if you're a roamer. And that's pretty much why Jackal was banned. Take him out the game because roaming on this map is extremely important.
Suzaku actually working himself all the way forward here downstairs, trying to watch out for presence. Just trying to see if he can catch anyone with that Nitro cell early on, as there's quite a bit of destructible flooring above him. Not anything that's going to be found, however, right now, though. Besides just a little bit of damage on the Hibana, it's actually been a very quiet round for both teams. Got about a minute and a half left here. Suzaku is actually just going to chuck away that Nitro cell and blow open the wall into the stairs. But it looks like in following that, he's also going to retreat now. So.
Yep, but also Pixelate is making magic happen with Buck right now, and hey, this is another way to go ahead and get rid of those bandit batteries. But the first blood of the game, gonna have to give credit to my man Cali. He's gonna take Boop out the match.
So Boop going down. Azara Gaming still struggling to get access to the garage itself and pop those double reinforced walls open. Suzaku, though, did not actually fully retreat downstairs. He works himself back up the archive stairway and finally confirms the kill into JC, who he had been hunting for about a minute or two. So really good job right now from Adventure Force on just restricting the movement from Azara. Azara, unfortunately, kind of seems lost about how they actually want to attack this site, and it now just going to force the issue over here on Yellow Stairs by popping it open there. They can finally get it open. No Pulse is going to be able to find Cryogen, so actually they're keeping themselves in this despite being down at nearly a 3v5 a couple seconds ago. They're actually finding a way to battle this back, but again, they need to get into the site. They don't really have any initiation here.
Yeah, this is pretty worrisome for the fact that Adventure Force are giving a lot of real estate over to Azara Gaming, and you're going to have to also realize that they have one roamer still, which is Suzaku. Zaku, he's in a great position to go ahead and make a great play working around Yellow Stairs, but yeah, that's going to get shut down immediately. Pixelate is going to go ahead and drop him with the kill, which is going to leave two more defenders left alive. Thank God Smoke is left, but with no toxic babes. It's going to be all up to Breezy. Can he make it happen? Diffuser currently going down. He hears the sound. And with the Death Brace and push, the Diffuser has been planted, but Breezy able to get the nice 2K finish on Woofy. But whipping out the Mac 11. He's going to have to be really careful. Oh, he sees him and he sprays. Unable to connect in Azara. They're going to pull out round number one. Great attack and great finish.
A weird round for Adventure Force, though. A couple of questionable peaks towards the end of the round gives away positioning and allows for Azara to execute in and eventually get their plant onto the ground, which didn't even seem like it was going to be a remote possibility at around the 30-second mark. So Azara getting away with murder in that circumstance puts them on the board first, putting them up 1-0. But Adventure Force, seeing as how close the round was, does feel comfortable to reattempt that same site. So they're going to try it one more time.
This is how you learn from your mistakes. So we're going to get rid of Bandit because his batteries are just way too easy to get rid of when it came to Pixelator utilizing Buck on the second floor. So Kaid is going to have that claw, which is way more harder to see when you're that far away. It's going to be harder to get to. But also, Azara Gaming, you're going to have to give credit to their attacking because they were able to split off Adventure Force. And you saw Zaku roaming around, and there's only two players on site. Azara had them exactly where they wanted them to be. The roam presence really did nothing at all against Azara Gaming. And Azara, they were able to go down, slay out in Garage, and with all of the free space they were given, because Adventure Force, they played really far back. Once Garage was blown open, they gave Azara a chance to plant and win a 1v1.
So it's looking like Adventure Force setting themselves up down here once again. We do see a couple of change-ups to the lineup for them. For instance, instead of the Bandit, we're going to switch over to a Kaid instead. So maybe emphasizing the hatches a little bit more than they're emphasizing the garages, even with all of their attempts to stop it. Azara was eventually still able to get it open.
Yeah.
Maybe they're thinking it's a bit of a futile effort to try and stop that. Either way, though, throw is going to be on him this round instead. But besides that, it's looking like things will remain pretty similar. I think a Smoke's also getting slotted in now for Adventure Force, too.
I see a lot of people in chat, most notably Waza, spam this suit to help Boop. So there's a little fandom going on in the chat right now. The votes didn't show it. The poll didn't show it. But right now, Azara, they're showing that, hey, this team might have something, currently being up 1-0, but also remember, it was just the first game. A little peek at the stats and a little bit of droning, just to see if there are any more defenders roaming around here on this top floor. you know, Adventure Force had a really big roam presence and pixelated. He's going to make sure that that roamer's on notice because his drone was shot out.
Once again, the presence focus for Azara is going to be upstairs on the map. They are trying to clear this out first to deal with any roaming presence, as you were just mentioning, Billy. Don't have a whole lot of it from Adventure Force. They're playing a pretty anchor-heavy setup with maybe 1 to 2 roamers off-site here right now. So very, very safe play from Adventure Force and Azara. Well, that's going to give them a lot of freedom to work for the second floor and possibly just set up the capability to open up that wall once again, as they did in the last round. But honestly, don't even need to be that complex with it. As far as I know, it was the reinforcement wasn't left, you know, double reinforced. We didn't have any bandit batteries going over it or anything like that. So
with that goal being in the game, Zara Gaming, they're fighting more than just the defenders. They're fighting against time even more now than ever because of the fact that IQ, she's going to have a really hard time and a big task ahead of her to go ahead and get rid of those 2 yokai drones. If time swindles down and, you know, Azara, they're trying to make that plant at the last second, there's a chance that Adventure Force can go ahead and snag the round away from them. But with hatches open over here, no post. He's waiting to see if anybody's going to go ahead and rotate. Nobody just yet. But the default cam, he didn't shoot it out upon entry, and now Adventure Force, they know exactly where he is.
So they realize they've got the Cade reinforcement here on the bathroom hatch, as it doesn't look like Adventure Force wanted to use that as a kind of a roaming retreat, so it's going to take them a couple of extra seconds in order to get access to it. Opal is also trying to get rid of that on the ceiling right there, the camera, I believe, but obviously proven to be a little bit difficult. He is going to be able to check out the door and see that it is indeed unreinforced. They were just blocking drones from being able to move in by having the reinforcement there in the corner. And now with Adventure Force still down a player, of course, it'll look a little bit weaker here. And as you can see, already all 3 Hibana charges have been used on the garage wall to let these guys start to move in. Unfortunately, Hibana just not going to give you as open of an angle, say, a Thermite would, so it's going to be a little bit more difficult to walk in, but that won't really limit Wolfies too much. He's going to be able to move in and find Cali.
Yeah, Adventure Force already down by 2 players, and now we're underneath the 25-second mark as Cryogen's able to pick up a kill to go ahead and help out his teammate with a little late refrag. But take a look at Boop, slowly moving down spiral stairs. He's going to have to make a play really fast, as now the game is tied 3-3 thanks to Cryogen's 3K. So this is going to be it. 5 seconds left to go. The diffuser has to go down, or one team's going to have to outstay the other. And the Zara Gaming, they're going to pick up their 2nd win in a row. With a little teabag.
Opal's checking his crouch key there as well at the end of the round. But yeah, once more, Azara Gaming doesn't seem like they necessarily have the positioning, but thankfully they're given a lot of freedom in the early round here, so I'm imagining they're given a lot of time to do drone work kind of in a mid-round situation, figure out what the setup is like downstairs, and then they just execute upon it in those last few seconds. And even then, looking a little bit shaky, but Adventure Force not able to hold off against a lot of these entries right now from Azara, and that's giving them quite a few rounds here that potentially could have easily gone the other way with a few different duels changing their results. That's going to be Adventure Force giving up on the basement defense, though. They are going to move upstairs now and see if they have better luck here.
Yeah, that defense is pretty lackluster, so hey, why not change it up? Let's go ahead and take it over to the top floor, console office, and meeting room. There's going to be a lot of points of attack, just like down low, but, you know, more than ever now. So with yellow stairs now being a point of contention, along with, you know, the rappel through the windows, you have balconies to look into. There's so many ways to attack this site. If Adventure Force are extremely passive, the roamers aren't on the same page as the anchors. Problems might still pursue. So it's going to be all up to them. Let's go ahead and take a look and see what they're going to do with the setup.
As we take a look at how they're going to be setting it up, things appear pretty normal for the most part. Breezy just going to reinforce that single wall that foot traffic has access to in the yellow stairs, along with a single reinforcement in the middle of the wall connecting the connector along with the site itself over towards console. Same thing going to be applying to projector room as well. So nothing out of the ordinary here from Adventure Force. And as well, the operator lineup pretty much aligns with what we've come to expect for this site. A bit roamer heavy in my opinion, but it's I think this is a site where you kind of need to be a bit more flexible, so that kind of justifies the expanded operator lineup here.
Oh, most definitely. I love the fact that they're now bringing Mozzie in the game, so being able to hack drones and get rid of the intel that Azara Gaming are potentially able to go ahead and collect with their drones, he could turn the tides on their heads. So Mozzie with a C4, 3 pests, and great guns for his primary and secondary. He could be a major factor here, but the biggest operator that I see right now that can make a big play is going to be Throw on Pulse. He's going to be the one that Azara Gaming are really going to have to look out for. Yeah, the attacking team, they get drones to go ahead and, yeah, you hear an air jab going out. Yeah, the drone's going to be able to come in and see you, but Pulse with a nice headshot.
He almost gets 2 as well.
Oh, he gets it!
He
Forget what I was saying.
Suzuku is able to trade it back on the null post, but that doesn't matter. He gets a 2-for-1. I'll take that.
Wow. Yeah, just forget what I was saying. Just watch the frags. It's coming in early, and great peaks from both sides. Taking out Doc and Legion. Legion is the one player that you really want to take out early for the fact that the goo mines get regenerated throughout the entire round. So the traps being taken out the way, Azara Gaming is looking free right now for them to go ahead and run around.
Yeah, Legion specifically making a very dangerous choice there to peak that early on. As you mentioned, the longer he's in the round, the more effective his goo mines are able to become just because you can put more of them on the ground with the cooldown continuing to tick up. So that's a big loss. He did have reason to peek it, as he saw someone pop the window 2 to 3 seconds before he peeked it, so there was justification, but just ended up staying in the angle for far too long and gave it over to the IQ. Throw, however, will be able to even things back out as he catches Pixelated over by Spiral.
Yeah, Throw is a primary operator in the game right now with Pulse because of the main fact that IQ has been taken out early. With IQ out, there's no way to go ahead and hunt down Pulse. That little cat and mouse gamer used to sing, it's not going to happen. So Pulse still with a Nitro Cell in hand, he can still dominate this game. And there it is. Throw, getting a Nitro Cell kill on Boot.
Second one in the round for Throw specifically, and Azara now seeming a little bit more lost again here as they try to forge their way into the site with only 2 players remaining. They've been able to do this before, so don't count them out of it just yet. But Adventure Force does have a pretty strong hold. Throw to be able to shut down Wolfie, and that leaves only 1 remaining. JC on the outside of the balcony. He's got himself secured. You can hear the air jabs going off all around him, but that doesn't mean anything now when he has to actually push into the site, which is very well secured, and unfortunately the anchor is never really forced out, so Azara just doesn't really have much of an initiation right to get into this site once again. They were able to get over that in the basement, but here on the second floor, as you can see, if he leaps in that window, which is really his only option, he is a dead man.
Yeah, there's going to be 10 seconds left to go. And you know what? Forget it. Let's go ahead and jump through the window that all 3 people are looking for, and let's go ahead and give them the first win of the game. So Adventure Force finally able to answer back with a great defense, thanks to Cali.
Nice hit by Adventure Force. They'll get them on the board for 2 unsuccessful defenses in the basement. They finally find some success upstairs. They don't feel comfortable going for either the split site or lobby, however, so they're going to go right back to basement, and this is a bit dangerous because they've been losing a lot of players at the late round. They've got to try and either play more passive and try to not take those initial contact dulls when Azara pushes like at 30 seconds or less, and then try to stop them when they're planting, or just be more mindful of that and try to find ways to confirm kills earlier in the round, because Azara, so far in the 2 rounds we've played, always seems to have enough manpower to get into the site even when they're disadvantaged.
Yeah, it's about time to go ahead and surpass their limits, and you see Pocket Stress currently coming out. So Pulse is going to be pocketed for Kaid, and also we see Mira. Now we get to see Mira and USA in back-to-back shows. Mira, yeah, from a distance she's going to be a big help, but that wasn't really going to help them in the previous rounds that they lost. It's still the pressure that they have to apply in the face of Azara Gaming whenever they ran into Garage and Yellow Stairs. That's what they needed. So if they continue to stay back and the roamers aren't really having a presence, that's going to be a big problem. But Throw, he's going to go ahead and get off of Pulse, and I think it's fair to say Pulse was a big reason why they won the last round.
Yep. He picked up 2 kills, first of all, and also just the intel he gets as well.
Yeah, I believe he had 3 total going over the long deaths.
Makes sense to swap him out going into this next round, though, as there's not as much useful play you can find. It's usually better when he can work from kind of like from a bottom angle and be able to throw the C4 up, which you would assume he'd be able to do in basement, but not as effectively, unfortunately, considering he usually needs to be away from the main group of operators that are on the site itself. So it just doesn't work as well in a basement situation. But we'll probably see it swap back in if they have to go to a 3rd site here.
Yeah, in regards to roamers, I mean, other than Jaeger, it's not really much that Adventure Force have. You know, nothing to really grab intel, unless there's a Yokai drone in great place. But there's no traps from Legion, and so the guy that's going to be in bathroom with a mirror window, he's really going to have to hold it down. It's going to be all of them. The drone already being shot out, we're right into the game. Pretty sure Boop and the rest of his teammates are going to drone out 2nd floor and rappel up it. You have to work yourself from top to bottom in this instance to get down to Garage. The question is, can they do it successfully? Winning 2 rounds in a row and then losing 1. This is time where Adventure Force is going to work the momentum in their favor.
Pixelated, now holding himself in actually a very exposed position on top of Sunlight there. But thankfully for him, he wanted to deal with any presence, or maybe a little bit unlucky for him, as it does look like he was looking for some sort of a fight there. not going to be able to get it, which means he'll be safe to more than likely drop into those yellow stairs in the next few seconds, although he'll probably take a different pathing in order to do that. The rest of Azara still working on droning out. Still early days in the round. We're only within the first half of it after all. And once again, they're on that basement attack. They've already Ooh, hello.
Okay.
Oh, has he not seen
What is happening?
I thought he would have seen it for sure, but didn't catch the silhouette.
Is that a C4 she threw at him?
Yeah, she tried to, but it's just a really awkward angle for both players there.
So, failed attempt by Pixelated and also Breezy as Mira. That was a... Okay, I thought she was way down below there. So, yeah, no Nitro Cell in hand, and all you have is a Vector 45 ACP. So, hopefully, she can hold it down. But yeah, 4 straight kills, 2 apiece from each team, and Pixelated, he's going to go ahead. Was that a 2K? Yeah, 2K on his end.
It's going to be very low now, however. Just a sliver of HP remaining, as you can see there at the top left, so he's going to have to be very passive for the rest of this round. Track Stingers are going out pretty much everywhere, but not in the basement. All 3 looks like were used here on the first floor to restrict roaming presence, which, again, it's not going to be a bad thing, but it's going to limit your options a little bit when they finally start dropping down hatches and trying to get into the site. Oh,
wait,
no!
What?
He got too close to the wall. Shot to death. But honestly, I wouldn't be too surprised that was done on purpose, because he was at low HP anyway, and they can get a little mini reset off here and give him an extra, 15 or so HP.
Of the doubt.
Yeah. So that honestly might have been done on purpose.
All right, so here we are, 30 seconds into the game, and it's been pretty quiet despite the 2-for-2 kill transaction between both teams. Pixelated, working magic with the skeleton keys, opening up a lot of line of sights downstairs into the garage. But can he get a kill? So as a frag grenade in his arsenal, and JC alive with Track Stingers. I wonder how much help there's going to be.
And they're still blowing up a Hibana charge with 8 seconds on the clock. I do not see a way they get into this site appropriately and start a plant. They're going to try to move in, but there you go. Adventure Force, this time on the basement, just completely shut it down. For the first time, they're able to properly restrict the presence and, most importantly, fully deny the access to that wall until it didn't even matter in the outcome of the round. So they finally take a win there on the basement, but now they have to go back to a site they may not be comfortable with, so we'll see how well they're able to defend on the lobby press defense.
Yeah, it seemed like they were pretty much avoiding this site the entire time, and now with the score tied 2-2, Adventure Force able to answer back with 2 of their own. And Azara, they're looking to break that streak, and they were the first ones to do so. That round, I was wondering what took Azara Gaming so long to try to get into Garage, especially with Buck and IQ working around Piano. And then it all made sense. Breezy on Mira. Breezy was able to stall them out and waste so much time, and it took so much effort from Azara Gaming to go ahead and flush him out down the hatch, that by the time they were able to go ahead and get Hibana to go ahead and breach the front door of Garage, time was out. Adventure Force were able to frag out, and that was it. So great performance from all of them, and Throw, my man, he's going to be on Pulse once more.
Yeah, it seems as though the Thatcher ban really is kind of like getting in the way of a lot of Azara's executes, especially on basement. And I'm saying this with a caveat, they've won basement twice, only lost it once, but it's taken them just a really long time to get the garage wall open, and finally it came back to bite them on that previous round. But regardless, doing a good job working with it, but it's definitely affecting them.
So Azara Game, they have all the tools necessary to go ahead and be successful here. I mean, they have a counter for Pulse with IQ. Also, with Zofia being in play along with Buck, the verticality is going to be there from underneath or from up top. Hey, they'll be able to get lines on the site to go ahead and clear out the roamers and also the anchors. But Breezy is going to be up top, and I wonder if Callie is going to be accompanying him. Yeah, looks like it. The ADS is currently going down the projector room. Wolfie is going to go ahead and get a haircut on Zaku already.
So once again, the dock goes down early on in the round, more than likely with all 3 of the stim charges going unused there. So the at utility, which to be fair is normally just used on the dock anyway, is going to go to waste here. We will not have him present for the rest of the round. This is also to say that Wolfie still has about half of his HP remaining, so still very capable to jump into another fight if he needs to. Oh.
Yeah, I would also like to point out that in the last 3 rounds, Doc has died within the first, 30 seconds?
Yeah. So,
I mean, you get promoted to Doc and you don't make much of him. That's pretty unfortunate.
I mean, he's been spawn peeking, right? And
yeah.
He's getting caught.
It's a game you play.
Yeah.
You play stupid games, you win stupid prizes.
There's not much else besides that. He's just trying to get aggressive, and it's not working, basically.
At all.
He's constantly paying the price for it. But, to be fair to them, they're holding on. It's still a 2-2 game, so...
Yeah.
This can still work for them pretty well. We are going to see that drone get stolen away. Oh, what the timing for Pixelated, man. Knew the drone was going to run back out, so he peeks it, and he also gets a present with Throw running out into yellow stairs like a bat out of hell.
so unfortunate. And you saw them playing textbook gameplay. He was running into yellow stairs with a drone in front of him leading the way. And, you know, they just didn't look up and have the intel needed for him. But Pixlay working his way up yellow stairs now. He's in a power position. Oh no, he was able to see a bit of a body from a player, but kicking a frag grenade, he's gonna try to flush him out or even more, get the kill. But that's not gonna happen as he's gonna be the victim and he's gonna get killed thanks to Cali.
Ends up getting flanked here. No Pulse now looking for an entry capability to take out that very same player, but no, Breezy has a successful run out. This time finds No Pulse. It looks like one of his teammates also tried to save him, but that didn't end up happening. Cali's gonna be able to confirm yet another kill onto Wolfie as he tries to pick up the diffuser, as that's now gone down. It's looking like Zofia should be able to pick it up, however.
Cali and Jaeger just seem to be like a match made in heaven, but also with this fight, oh my god, the aim from Cali, I was just hyping you and he boofed it. Boop. Able to get the kill, winning in a gunfight he wasn't supposed to win. Great execution from Boop and way to recover from being caught off guard. Wow. But now, 35 seconds left to go, and we're looking at a 2v2 once again, but Breezy has to be extremely careful, Blue. He only has a little bit of HP left.
Very, very careful indeed, and honestly, Cry's not looking much better either at only about 60 or so. They're going to have to try and find a way to hold on to this. As we are getting low on the timer once again, Azar are no strangers to executing with sub 20 seconds left on the clock here. And they're going to once again have to do that in this round, trying to find a way to get downstairs. It doesn't seem as though they have really any info as to where the Mozzie or the Legion are at, so they're just checking everything, and they don't have time for that. They're going to walk in. Default Cam's still not dead either, so they just got confirmed they pushed into the site. Here comes the wrap. JC does find Breezy, and they're going to be able to plant behind Circle Desk. They can't stop it from happening either, as that's going to happen. JC walks right out, and again, Azara Gaming, who had no business winning this round, take it away from Adventure Force.
JC with the game-winning play. Found himself in a 1v1, and his teammate trusted him to go ahead, take that fight, and also win it. He did that, bodying the guy that was peeking out from Piano. So once JC won that encounter, he said, hey, go ahead and plant the diffuser. I got your back. So in a 1v2 scenario, Adventure Force were unable to clutch it out, and Azara Gaming once again back on top as we go over the second floor. This should help out Adventure Force a lot going to second floor because we have seen pretty good gameplay come from them and some success. So, hey, this might be it.
So for Adventure Force here, the last chance to try and tie it up. Definitely want to try and at least go for 3-3. Ideally, again, this is still a pretty defensive-sided map, so you kind of expect a 3-3-4-2 half for the defenders. Definitely going to have to be fighting from the backside of this one if they end up losing in yet another round. Thankfully, this is one of the sites that they were able to consistently, or they were able to win really on their first attempt. And so far, it's the only site they've been able to do that on.
I really love seeing Sophia get a lot of play ever since Ash got the 8-cog buff on the G360. And Ash, she does everything. With the lifeline, she's able to stun you and also have the same effect with breaching as Ash does with her breaching rounds. So here we are 3-2, and taking a look at the lineup so far, Zaku is going to be on dock again. So to see if he's able to go ahead and win a spawn peak of confrontation against Azara Gaming. Also, I love the fact that we see Pulse once more with Throw. Throw was the MVP of the round where he got 3K to help them win their first round. In Cryogen, he's going to have to stay alive as Legion. We saw him fall early, and the goo mines were not a factor when it came to the aggression from Azara Gaming, so hopefully this is it.
Once again, we've got a potential spawn peek here from Breezy. Maybe a few others going to attempt that as well. It's looking like Suzuku's actually backed away from it, and he's just going to be playing over there by the vending machines.
A bomb has been located.
It's officially a world record. He's been alive for more than 10 seconds on dock. That's a great start for Adventure Force so far, but also, Blue, this is the last round they will be on defense, so they have to make the most of it. Pretty sure they are undefeated on this site, correct?
Yes, they've only played it once, though. So,
yeah, this is their chance to go ahead and tie it up.
we're going to see if they'll be able to do that. They do spot the player in red stairs. It'll be Cali once again holding that very, very important angle to defending on this site. He falls back. That's a lot of execute potential suddenly opened up for Zara, especially if they can get Hibana in position to open up that single wall leading into the site. This along with maybe getting a couple players on rappel into the windows to successfully harass onto the inside of the console office. That's an easy plan right there for Azara. So they need to try and prevent that situation. It's looking like, once again, though, Azara's going to take this from admin office.
Yeah.
Pushing from here. No resistance on that from Adventure Force. They, again, if you remember what we talked about before, Zuzuku is right now sitting over there, or was anyway, sitting over towards the vending machines. So that's looking like where they're going to try to start the defense at. They will let them just kind of take control of admin for now.
Oh, but they're going to start coming out. Suzaku is being confronted by somebody that have health, but thank God he's docked. He's able to go ahead and get that back. But But also that frag grenade is going to get zapped away from the ADS, and this is pretty much a standard setup with Jaeger. You go ahead, you slap one ADS or 2 over on that pillar right there, and you hold it down to the best of your ability, and with the peak, oh, pixelated. He almost got bodied, but he was able to get out of dodge right on time to go ahead and stay alive.
That's the problem with that stand-up peak right there is, unfortunately, it's going to give you away really easily, especially if you get an off-angle peak on D. So Pixelated will lose a little over half of his HP from that one, and more than likely is not going to be attempting that same peak yet again. For JC, though, he's also looking for an entry capability here. He does have a lineup, it looked like there for a second. I couldn't tell if a wall was in the way, but yeah, he wasn't able to see that player, it seemed. Either that or it was hidden behind a wall. So missed opportunity from JC to finally pick up an entry, possibly.
Adventure Force are trying to win so bad. This is actually the slowest round that we've seen so far. And wow, the camera changed in the bottom. She almost died. She is the objective player right now. But Cryogen fighting for his life in 1v2. The bait and switch happens, and thanks to Boop, Cryogen finally goes down. The refrag immediately happens. Now, 30 seconds left to go. We find ourselves in a 4v4. An air jab gets activated, and now the presence in the projector is Boop. Bodies 2 players in a row, one being his teammate. The other is Zacho, and Pixelated joins him in the frag fest.
C4 is going to end up going way too deep, but the swing from Breezy is just right. He picks up 2 kills as he also finds JC on the balcony, leaving everything on to Pixelated. Once again, though, a hidden player waiting in the corner, and it's Callie to close out the round for Adventure Force as they tie this up at 3-3.
Oh, such a big blender coming in from Zara Gaming. Bloop, he didn't mean to do it, and you know, his line of sight was open, but his teammate just happened to run right past him as he was trying to secure the kill. If Boop wasn't able to team kill, Zara Gaming could have found themselves possibly in a 2v1 scenario to be up 4-2 at the moment. So that team kill, so to say, probably saved Adventure Force. So now the sides are obviously swapped, and let's see what happens. Wolfie is going to be on Echo. We saw Echo in play for, I believe, 1 round so far. And with Maestro being banned, you would expect to see a lot of Echo and a lot of Yokai drone play coming in from Adventure Force. Not at all.
Not at all. So, once again, we are going to end up starting now as the sides have switched. The half is over. We're going to start upstairs for Zara's defense. After they are able to still successfully leverage 3 rounds, they'll be happy with that. I'm sure Adventure Force will be content with 3 rounds, but not elated. And we'll have to see if Azar is going to be able to push this forward, or if Adventure Force will bring a little bit more heat on the attacking side now.
I want to say that they should feel content, because I feel like Adventure Force, they actually had the upper hand in most of those rounds, and it seemed like some of the players just weren't on the same page when it came to roaming and whatnot. Also, I'm questioning why we didn't see a lot of Echo play still. Yes, IQ was on the board, but there were a lot of rounds where IQ didn't last until, you know, the middle of the game, middle of the round, so to say. So Yokai drones could have helped out Adventure Force big time, especially since a few rounds actually came down to a 1v1 or 2v1. That extra intel that would have been gathered in from the Yokai or 2, or even that stun towards plants, would have probably given Adventure Force the lead. And there's a reason why Echo is pretty much banned in every single game that you see, because of how much of a factor, how much of a presence he has in the game. But Zara Gaming, they're going to bring him out in round number 1.
Attackers have dropped the bomb diffuser.
We are going to end up seeing a few little claymores go down, probably a few air jabs as well from Adventure Force, just to make sure that Azara aren't able to try anything against them, as they were also big fans of trying to spawn peek or even run out once or twice, as we saw throughout the course of that half. Already moving on to the drone work here now, however, and also already on rappel towards the sites. Cryogen right now right outside of the console windows. Pixelated as well. He sees one of the rappel ropes there and is going to try to see if he can hunt this player down. Jumping out would definitely not be a smart decision with the amount of pre-placed, well, anti-jump out that they've got right now, but we'll see, as quite a few players have still felt keen to attempt it.
Yeah, this is actually pretty worrisome. The smoke player is going to have to stay alive. It is one of 2 main anchors. The Toxic Babes, they're going to come in handy, and it's only a little bit under 2 minutes so far in this game. But Adventure Force on rappel, trying to see if they can get a pick or so, and Zara Gaming, they're playing really far back. They're baiting Adventure Force in to try to pick up a kill or 2. And No Pulse, there it is. He's going to be able to get the first kill on throw.
Now No Pulse hiding out in the basement here too. He's already incredibly low. Cryogen heard him. Oh no, but No Pulse, even at low HP, is able to swing out and find Cryogen as well. No way you should have gotten that second kill, and that's a huge blow to Adventure Force.
That just shows what type of pressure Pulse can put on you, even if you don't even know it, because he sees you through walls. He makes magic happen. 2K able to open things up, and No Post sitting at about 5 HP right now. He has no business being alive, and he's still able to rack up valuable, efficient kills for his team. But it's time for Adventure Force to go ahead and get these kills. Go ahead and get these kills. Yeah, they're gonna have to really push on Azara Gaming and really get some type of presence, because I don't feel like Azara Gaming has really felt pressure from them, really.
Now we've got Azara once again just sitting back and essentially waiting for Adventure Force to work their way in. Adventure Force in the same situation that Azara often found themselves in, where they just don't really have a lot of access right now. They're just going to swing into admin at 36 seconds into the round. Even worse, Nopals confirms a third kill. Boop is able to get number 4. Breezy is able to take out Wolfie. We also see Nopals going down, but ultimately, yeah, Azara just 1 kill away from closing it out. JC has the lineup on Breezy, and there you go. Azara shoot ahead at 4-3.
There you have it, JC going ahead to get that kill. But, I mean, most impressively to me, it's just a post play. Every time Post has been chosen, he's been dominant, able to pick up no less than 2 kills around. So with 3K happening there, I wouldn't be shocked if we see heavy roam presence coming from that player again. But now going to Cafeteria and Garage, Castle coming into play. It's not something you see much downstairs. It's not something I've seen much downstairs.
We'll see how he's going to be able to leverage it. It should be interesting. I'm imagining he's blocking off a lot of the back panels, like leading into like Cafeteria. It'll get 6-pick though, so kind of as we expect there, since it's a bit of a weird choice, or at least one that we don't see that often. Mute's going to make a lot more sense, especially when you consider the lack of a bandit. So that'll be able to cover off the walls, especially if you're going to assume that Adventure Force will just take upstairs control and use a buck in order to get rid of that. Which, hey, they've got the buck, and it's on Cali, so more than likely we'll use that, since we don't have the Thatcher to easily just get rid of those with a nade toss.
Yeah, one thing I want to see more from when it comes to Adventure Force, the refrag capability, or even just the potential to go ahead and be close enough in proximity to get the refrag. I mean, we had 2 unanswered kills mid-game, and it was something that Adventure Force really shouldn't have had done to them. So make sure you're utilizing a buddy system to where you guys are in the same proximity, at least close enough to where if a player is in a gunfight, you'll be able to go ahead and answer back with some help. So Adventure Force, pretty passive gameplay, not applying a lot of pressure. It's starting to affect them when it comes to rounds now.
Well, the clock has been reset, and we have got Adventure Force out onto the table. This will be their second sight attempted into the basement. And if they don't close out on this one, this is where things are going to start to get a little bit dangerous. Azara will have a clean path on that point 4. But also things will get slightly easier for Adventure Forces again. Azara's going to have to go to one of the 2 off sites. Which one they'll head towards? We don't know just yet. But so far things are looking solid for Azara on their defense. It's looking like Adventure Force is going to quickly try to get the garage open, which is something that Azara often took a really long time to do. So we'll see if Adventure Force is going to be able to get it open a little bit more quickly.
All right, Zaku going ahead as Thermite. He's going to have a responsibility for breaking the garage ward down, and yeah, the repositioning coming in. And Claymore currently being placed to stop any type of run out if Azara are going to show any type of aggression.
So they only get that very far left side part of it open too because of the positioning of the mute jammer. The first place they tried to put it was a little bit too far, or a little bit too close to that mute jammer that you just saw right there on the ground, so they weren't able to get it open there. However, we see Throw trying to peek after the door is open, and unfortunately they are not able to successfully find the entry. In fact, they lose their Zofia. Now have to use the second Thermite charge to give them a bit of a better angle to work with here.
Yeah, once again, Throw dies earlier on in the round, living up to his name at the moment. And it's going to be unfortunate because of the fact that lifelines aren't going to be in play. But Yokai Drone is placed pretty nice over in Garage right now to wait for any type of push. But the intel is going to be gathered from him. I mean, they can sit pretty way from the default spot.
Where did that come from?
A Nitro Cell come from up top, no post. I didn't expect it.
Man.
Wow.
That's a touchdown right there.
Great kill. But the one thing that Echo is going to have to realize is that there's going to be an IQ right there. So with one stun coming out, now we're going to see aggression coming in from Wolfie, little pre-fire, and yeah, he's going to get bodied thanks to Cali.
Really aggressive on the Yokai drone as well. Normally you see there's a bit of a hesitation on it until the first plant attempt goes in, so you can kind of conceal it and get the most use out of it, but didn't end up seeing that happen. Bit of a miss throw there on Smoke's gas grenade, so he's gonna have to pick that up real quick and try to retoss it again. Cali will also find the next entry against Boop in the meantime. Now coming down into a 3v3, but also time starting to get a little bit lower here. 40 seconds to remain. They're going to try to push Cali out. He's got a great angle to play with, though. Confirms the first on a Cali. Brings down Breezy incredibly low. but unfortunately is not able to confirm the kill onto him just yet.
Yeah, no toxic babes in hand, and we're now pushing 25 seconds, but there's also a nitro cell. All the timing, Breezy catches him switching his gun, bops him with the headshot, and Suzaku cleans up the last kill. That is so unfortunate.
Adventure Force frag their way through the round in order to pick up the win.
Okay, so Cali did such a great job, and that's why you know what? I love what Cali's doing. Every single time we take a look at the scoreboard, the kill feed, see Cali's name there, and he always goes on sprees of kills. And that helps out his team big time. Here on attack, it's unfortunate that they lost that round. Oh, man, that was extremely close. That could have gone either way. Just a mishap at the end with the weapon change and just poor placement, so to say. And the utility coming in from the defending team, we saw smoke with no more toxic babes underneath 30 seconds. That's also been a question this game with Pixelated. So that's going to be that so far. Big blow to Pixelated. He just couldn't catch a break right there.
So Pixelated, unfortunately, not even to close out the way that he would have hoped there for Zara, and that'll keep us tied at a 4-4 scoreline. Now, interestingly enough, it seems Zara's actually got one of the offsides pretty well prepped and ready to go, or at least lobby.
Yeah.
Which a lot of teams, kind of know how to play that nowadays anyway. So they're not going to try basement yet again. They are going to move upstairs instead. Or excuse me, well, yeah, they're technically upstairs, and they'll try the lobby hold.
Yeah, Boop is going to be on Jaeger, so that yellow stairs hold is going to be just for him. He's going to have ADSs to help him out. Whether it comes to frag grenades or any type of stuns or whatnot, that is to slow down players on Adventure Force. But once again, when it came to this site, we saw them play extremely slow. The Bug play over on top of Skylight, we saw him almost get picked off early, and he really wasn't pressing the defenders as much as he should have. And also leaving himself exposed like that, I'm hoping that he learns from that and he doesn't put himself in that situation again. But once again, Adventure Force able to tie it up. I still want to see refrags come in big form. I feel like that's one big factor they're missing. And a nice little Claymore drop. I'm pretty sure you're going to see those red lines underneath that door.
It's more of a it's more of a discouragement than it is, actually trying to kill someone with it in that circumstance.
Right.
He's just trying to get it down quickly. That way, right, is like, if someone actually tries to run out there, they'll obviously shoot it, but assumably you will hear the shot before he runs out. And
yeah.
But if they don't hear it, then yeah, that'll be, we'll talk about that later, basically, if that comes to pass. But I think he's just assuming no one's actually going to run out there, and he just is getting it done as quickly as possible.
There it is. That's the kind of mouse I'm talking about between IQ and Pulse. He sees Pulse on the cardiac sensor down below. So usually you start top to bottom. Now you start from the bottom and also the top down the middle. And already the diffuser's going down. 2 kills happen. And everybody's dying. Zaku, he's going to get the kill on Pulse with the Claymore.
Wolfie, the first one actually to bring anything back, but yeah, I don't even know if it matters at this point, to be honest here. JC will pick one up, but he's the last one standing, and he doesn't stay that way for long. Adventure Force, specifically Cryogen, finishes things off, and now Adventure Force are going to be able to take the lead, I believe for the first time in this map.
Wow, great play coming in from Adventure Force. The first time they're in the lead? Yeah, that's going to be it. First time they go ahead and take the lead, and all they need next is just 2 more rounds. If they can go ahead and pick up those 2 rounds, they win the map. This is the best one for those of you that are new to the stream and new to the game, 1st to 7. If Azara Gaming happens to tie up with that Adventure Force 6-6, we go in overtime, and that becomes a best of 3 scenario, but both of these teams, they don't want to take it to that point.
They want to try to get the closeout here and now. But unfortunately for Adventure Force, they're going to have to go to the original site that they lost here, to Azara. So we'll see if Azara is once again going to be able to tie us up, as we've been seesawing back and forth between these teams. But however, most recently, Adventure Force just took the lead. If they can get it up to 6 here, that might be the end of the day for Azara in my book. But I'll hold my judgment on that till the end of this round at a minimum.
Yeah, 2 players in the lobby right now, sitting at double digits, 10 kills for Pulse, and also was able to catch out the name. I believe it was Breezy. Both of them have been having such a great game so far. But let's see if Azara Gaming can go ahead, rack up a win or 2. They looked really strong at the beginning of the game, winning 2 rounds straight, and that's where Adventure Force started to answer back, and it's been a back and forth game, neck to neck, ever since then. No team really able to pull away from the other, so to say. But let's see if Adventure Force can be the first.
Attackers are moving out to locate a bomb and defuse it.
And getting into it here. We'll take a quick look at how Adventure Force are going to approach these opening couple seconds of the round. Still a lot of drone work going on, as you can see them flying around the map right now, so a lot more information to be detected. You've also got that roamer in the basement that Adventure Force have pretty much figured out right from the start of this, so they're going to try to lock that down, but there is a pest in that door that I don't think was there before, because we had another drone go through it, so that's going to catch them off guard just slightly as they try to deal with this roamer downstairs.
Yeah, blowing open garage last round, they were able to get rid of post quite easily, really fast. And it wasn't just a 1v1, it was an entire group effort from the entire team. But now with Mozzie down there, he's going to be able to go ahead and hack a few drones and stay alive with more intel that's going to be gathered on his end. With a kick nade coming through, Callie is going to work his way in through this bathroom if he decides to jump in. Question is when. Another frag grenade. He's thinking about kicking the throw. If he does, that's going to be all of his frag grenades. He's going to have no more left. Oh, yeah, it jumps right in at death.
Not gonna work. Didn't check that angle, unfortunately, so Pixelate's going to get himself a free kill there. Cryogen does trade it back, though. We see the exchange and things being brought down to a 4 versus 4. Breezy will also set up an air jab to make sure that no one can run out from yellow stairs this time. And the rest of the team is going to start getting in position to execute upstairs. It's not going to prove to be the easiest thing in the world, however. You've got a lot of players on Azara holding really close angles on windows and just generally playing kind of unpredictably right now. So it's being made a bit frustrating for Adventure Force to actually get in here.
Yeah, even though there's one roamer down, the other two right here, they're holding back Adventure Force extremely well, especially with long angles helping him out from afar, which is where we saw the first kill. With Smoke holding down this window, he has a shotgun out. If anyone dares to jump through, that's going to be an easy kill for him if he's able to clean that up. But now, we're pushing a minute left in the game. And Throw is finally able to get the kill on Wolfie. Well, two kills for Throw. There you have it. And the diffuser was almost going down, but thanks to Jaeger play on Yellow Stairs, he's able to go ahead and stop that.
We're going to see Breezy also be able to move up yellow stairs and find Boop. So many free kills going on in this round as well. In this game in general, a lot of people just running out directly into angles that are being held, and this is starting to become a problem for both teams. In this round, though, Adventure Force get the job done. And that's going to continue to swing the momentum into their favor as they now push up on map point, also with a 2-round lead over Azara now.
Yeah, Breezy having such a great game right now, and his stat line is letting us know it's all real. But here we are, match point. Best to win Adventure Force. If they win this, Zaku and the boys, they will be going to the finals. And it's going to be up to Azar to go ahead and answer back. They're going to have to be perfect for the next 2 rounds. Can't afford to drop in that 1 round. If they do, hey, we'll see you this weekend in the qualifier.
So it's going to be console and meeting potentially for our last round once again. Azara trying their best, but just a little bit too aggressive. It's seeing at least 2 players going down, just running out into Adventure Force's angles, and this is before they even had solid control over the site. So Azara maybe playing a little bit too panicked here, potentially calming things down and just trying to play into a static hold may for better for them. But Adventure Force is also becoming a very hard, seemingly, it's playing to a very hard to read style here. So that may also be something that Azara is struggling with.
Well, even with the intel on their south, the yokai drones, and it seems like Azara, they're playing a game of peaks right now. They're just challenging fights. And Adventure Force, yeah, you know what? Yeah, I called them passive earlier on in the map, but they're taking their time. We see a lot of aggressive pushes coming in from Azara. Excuse me, Adventure Force, and it's working out for them. And yeah, it's going to be up to Azara to really set the tone of the base.
Okay. Setup's going to look pretty standard here. The guys on Azara, as they're just going to throw down the normal reinforcements. Operator lineup also looking pretty much identical to what we had in the previous round here. So you have the mute smoke combo. Mozzie as well with the mute is going to be very dangerous. You got normal ADSs, of course, and then the yokai drones, mainly for intel.
All right, here it is. Match point, Adventure Force. Time to shut it down. There's going to be 1 more round left to go. They've shown that they've had what it takes, winning 2 rounds straight and just proving absolute dominance in the last round. But can they do it again? Their ability to really hunt down the roamers have been impressive for the simple fact that Azara Gaming's roam presence has been a non-factor the last few rounds. So this could be it. Drone play coming through to see if they can gather any type of intel to help them out in their point of attack. And we saw that outline. There's going to be Yellow Stairs presence.
We're going to see the push work its way through here now as he works over towards the doorway again. Just a little bit of work to try and clear out the roaming presence right now, and there's still plenty of time to do that for Adventure Force. Still 2 minutes remaining. They've got a good formation of players ready to start harassing over here on the windows. we'll see them start to move in and start to figure out what this setup looks like over the next few seconds here.
Cali slowly working his way in. He's been the streakiest player on this roster so far, even though Breezy owns the stat line. It's been Cali to really open things up with his entry kills and also multiple kills around. But playing solo, crouching, able to get the headshot on Pixelated. Great start for the round. Adventure Force, hey, one step closer to that W.
Throws the GN for good luck on that one as well, so it's going to take him down. We'll see Cali wrap back up, take the duel against Boop in the bathroom, and knock him out of the round. So things are looking great once again for Adventure Force.
Boop gets booped on, and Cali looking to extend the lead. This is it. Holding it on his own over here in Yellow Stairs. There's no answer for him so far. No presence, but coming downstairs, Mozzie able to stop Cali in his hot hand. Diffuser was going down, and they're going to attempt to do it again. It's Breezy, picks up yet another kill, but no post has an answer.
Attackers recovered the bomb.
This time their planter is actually going to end up going down. They finally see that Mozzie drone that was sitting in the back of the site, handing over so much free info to Azara. And still, they've got a man advantage to play off here. Cryo now is going to attempt to put the diffuser on the ground. This time looks like it's going to be a resounding success. So there we go. Now the pressure shifts to the Mute and the Mozzie combo. We're going to see No Pulse over on the Mozzie, pick up the first kill onto Cryogen, eliminating the planter. Also important note there, Breezy's on the roof still, so he's going to have to establish a post-plant position, whereas it seems as though Throw already has one lined up, although it's not secure. Does not really have a lot of reinforced walls to work around here. Thankfully, he bought enough time for Breezy to get into a repel position, and that's going to be the hardest to try and knock someone out from. We do have Azara trying to run around and actually take care of this repelled player with a run out, which we'll see happen in just a second here. But no, it's going to get air jab. Breezy finds the first kill there. Throw gets the second, and that's Adventure Force claiming control of the opening match of the night and sending them on to the final game.
Wow. Great play for the pick up 3 rounds in a row. Throw finally picking it up in the second half, and Adventure Force, they're going to win 7-4. Throw, Cali, Breezy, Zaku, and Cryogen. They're going to move on to the finals. This is the first time we've seen them in the semifinals here in USN, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, they've had a lot of success recently also, especially in Challenger League. They had a pretty good debut. And Breezy's a gunner. 14-6.
Definitely showing up for that game, and that will be our victor there. Adventure Force, congratulations on taking control of this matchup, and they're now going to get to move on to play against either Luminosity or the Banana Boat crew, pending the result of that match, which of course is going to be coming up right after this.
Yes, so looking at that game as a whole, there's a lot to take away from that. I really didn't like Adventure Force on defense because it seemed like they were just giving a lot away.
Both teams, in my opinion, were way too aggressive on defense.
Yeah.
Like, there was a lot of times where they were just giving away stuff to, like, angles that attackers had held.
Yeah.
And they didn't even seem like it was really... Like, sometimes it was because they got flushed out. And that's fair, right? Nothing they can do in that situation. But a lot of time was kind of like them trying to make a play. And it was happening, like, almost, like, 3 to 4 times around, it seemed.
Yeah.
So just really aggressive play from both teams' defensive side that's going to need to be cooled down, especially if they end up going up against LG, who obviously has a bit more experience right now at this point and kind of knows how to shut stuff like that down very easily, because they thrive on Breezy for this one for pretty obvious reasons. Stat department definitely seemed to shine into his favor, and we saw the impact a little bit. You know, it was a little bit hard to understand the impact he was actually having in the matchup, but you could tell, especially in a lot of mid-round situations, is where he was shining the most, making sure the team stayed ahead in fragging capability and overall was able to control a lot of these rounds.
Yeah, Breezy was a rock on this team, but the player that had the biggest impact to me because he was just the factor in opening up the strategy for his teammates and just breaking through the defense, the defenders, it's going to have to be Cali. Cali, whenever we saw him, Cali, you know, double kill, Cali, triple kill. The guy was everywhere. He was an absolute beast, and to me, he was the playmaker. He's the MVP.
All right, well, that's going to close out our first match for the day, ladies and gentlemen. You can see Cali's stats there as well. We'll take a look at some of the team stats here overall as well for the matchup, such as all of the individual player stats, which there we go on that one. Breezy definitely leading the charge by a pretty big margin, but No Pulse coming very close, along with Pixelated from Azara, also having good performances in that matchup. But again, you can see the cost is where really Adventure Force takes control. This one, you've got multiple players in the 80s and 90 percentiles, whereas Azara only has players around the 60 to 50. So the synergy there between the players, unfortunately, not really lining up as much as it could have been in that situation.
Yeah, it's not like Azara played bad at all. Take a look at the entry stats. I mean, I would say they did pretty good. They were always in the action, able to get kills fast and early. And take a look at the total kills. Yeah, they had 3 more opening kills, but ultimately mid-game, mid-round situations, they just weren't able to overcome Adventure Force.
Yep.
Almost
So-
forgot the name.
So Adventure Force is going to be moving on, ladies and gentlemen. Azar, we'll have to see them again this weekend in the Open qualifiers. The last one as well for Stage 3. But we're not done here tonight just yet. We've got another match coming up in just a few minutes, ladies and gentlemen, so stick with us, and we're going to be coming back to you with that in just a couple of moments.
10 seconds left. A bomb has been located. 5 seconds left. Attackers are activating the bomb diffuser. 10 seconds left. Attackers recovered the...
Aircraft in position. My soul shredders.
Attackers have recovered their diffuser. Attackers have recovered their diffuser. Diffuser. Defenders have located the diffuser.
This is game fuel. 16 ounces of pure annihilation. Perfect for finding the second to last man standing. Tastes like berry-flavored wind sauce.
New Mountain Dew Amp Game Fuel. Victory in a can.
Welcome back once again, ladies and gentlemen, to the Rainbow Six U.S. Nationals. We are moving on to our second match of the night, where we are about to see Luminosity Gaming go up against the Banana Boat Crew. Another team stepping up to the plate here once again at USN to try and qualify. However, their opponent is going to be a tough one, as Luminosity have had quite the rise, I guess you could say, over the past couple of months now.
Yeah, they had the Navi effect. You know, Navi and Luminosity went into the scene as just phenomenal teams. It seemed like nobody could beat them. They were just on fire. They were beating, you know, top-tier teams. And that honeymoon phase ended. So now, after a team change, we've seen Luminosity pretty much struggle. They made a team change, they picked up Factor, and now they're trying to get back on top, and it all starts here. So the second chance in semifinals, and hopefully their power holds up. Let's go ahead and take a look at the rosters, and yeah, let's just dive deeper into them. Luminosity, Hyena, Factor, Doodle, Tomas, and Rexon. So Factor is going to replace Pixel, who replaced another guy that I don't, yeah. So, yeah, that's going to be that. Rexon is absolute animal. This team, there is studded with stars. Any one of them could take over a game, and it just depends on which day it is at this point. They're still trying to get back to the top once, like I said in the past, and hopefully this Factor pickup is going to help them out. Let's go ahead and take a look at Banana Boat Crew.
Banana Boat Crew, of course, a team of players stepping up to this one. I think we've seen a Prophet specifically. We've had him play here in USN before, but as for the others, I don't think we've had them manage to make it this far as of yet. So you've got Soldier, Sum, Nesh, and Zoinkers jumping onto that team as well in order to try and get past Luminosity tonight to move on to that next challenge waiting in the finals.
I want to see Zoinkers go off, just yelling Zoinkers whenever he clutches it or whatnot. Big plays, that's key. That's what I want to do as a caster. It's like the little homie effect, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah, this match was going to be an uphill battle already for Banana Boat Crew. So, bring your A game.
Definitely do make sure to do that. And we also want to remind you guys to make sure to keep up with us on social media for this one as well. Make sure you are following along and telling us what you think of the matches. Make sure to use the hashtag R6USN whenever tweeting or talking about it on social media.
Yes, and remember, hey, you ask us questions, we'll answer them, make them as crazy and wild as you want. Not too crazy, not too wild, but just have some fun with it. You know, we do it every Monday and we answer them for every Monday, so make it count, all right? But in the matchups, I'm pretty sure we're getting our polls ready and whatnot to see what you guys think about it, but I wouldn't be surprised for a Luminosity blowout when it comes to voting.
We're going to have to do our map pool first, though.
Oh, yes.
Take a look at that, of course. So let's see which map we're going to end up in here for tonight's matchups and see which one we're going to go to for this match specifically. Banana Boat Crew going up against Luminosity will be played on Clubhouse. So right back where we started.
I thought it was going to be something new.
We had one game to move away from it. Apparently,
Bank, Villa,
like
Coastline?
Villa, Bank, Border, and Coastline. We just never play them apparently.
Not really, no. And I love watching games like maps like Coastline get played, man. Start picking them more often.
I don't think we've played Villa once this entire season of USN. Actually, I'll take that back.
I think I've done it like once or twice.
I think we've had like 2 or 3.
Yeah.
But that's still such a low amount.
Stage 3. Like, come on, man. So,
the last time I remember doing it was I think when TSM qualified, if I remember properly. Because that's when I think that's when Merc had that crazy game where we both were like, okay, this guy can frag.
No, you're right.
Yeah.
That was underneath plane. I remember that. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that's the last time I remember casting Villa in this league.
That was the last time I did too. It was both of our class game on Villa. So yeah,
someone pick Villa.
Yeah,
what we're saying.
What are your thoughts on this matchup so far?
This matchup, you got to be honest. You can see our community poll here. It's a bit of a mismatch, right? Luminosity, currently the number 3 Pro League team, got a lot of hype coming up behind them. They're going to be going up against a group of players that we haven't actually seen really make it this far yet in USN. So, my eyes, no reason why Luminosity shouldn't win this. But it's USN, right? So, we've always been surprised. Teams have come out of the woodwork. 1 week we don't know who they are. They upset, DZ or something like that.
It's so
That's happened multiple times already.
We have teams like Rise Nation and the others still struggling to make it. Meanwhile, these up-and-comers how long did it take Dark Zero to really make it?
Seriously. Like a stage and a half.
Dark Zero, they're one of the scariest
They're still
teams
not
out there.
in. They're only in conference qualification.
I know, they
now.
still might not qualify for LAN. There's still a chance. That just shows how crazy USN is, man. It is funny. I'll never forget, and I've said it before, stage 2. There was a clip when Dark Zero finally qualified in, one of these conference games. And everybody just, oh, we won. USN. You love to see it, man. But yeah, this is going to be a fun game.
Definitely is going to be a fun game to be sure. And once again, it's on Clubhouse too, so I think that is going to give a little bit more room for the Banana Boat crew to play around with here, considering that it's a map that it's basically become the new Oregon in my eyes.
Yeah.
In that everybody knows how to play this map.
Everyone. Yeah.
It's not really in that that reputation that Oregon's got, where it's not where good teams go to die just yet, because there are definitely teams that still dominate on this one. It's not like the random map like Oregon kind of became towards the end of its run, but it's still a map that everyone should know how to play at this point. And it's a map that the strategies are very well known. So it just doesn't require that much effort to counter strat and stuff like that as well, because it's not a huge amount of room for innovation at that point.
I was going to say, when it comes to strategies, it's pretty still on this map because we all know what we're doing. At this point, it's all about who can execute the same strategy right and who can counter. This map is all about counter, especially when it comes to CCTV, garage, and the hold downstairs in Armory in church. Like, that's really it. It's all about bandit tricking. Tricking with Kite and Bandit is bigger on this map, than most maps out there. So it's really important.
Probably the most prevalent use of it so far, just on the hatches, considering how important those hatches are. We really don't have a lot of other basement sites that rely so much on hatch access. Yeah. So this one's a very important one, and that's where the K tricking comes in pretty heavily. And it's honestly not seen that much on really any other map. So
you're right. And also, we get treated to new things whenever we play this map, like the double C4 killing kitchen. And try to get rid of the batteries, but that's if IQ is in play, she's not here. So, Zofia in play, and you also have EMPs in Thatcher's hands. It's pretty much going to be a battle between both of them to help Thermite when it comes to that CCTV wall.
So,
he yoinked it up there.
It's actually it'll probably get spotted pretty quickly. Here comes a run out actually from Nesh. He's gonna pick up the kill, and it looks like he gets away as well. Nicely done by Nesh.
Attackers have recovered their defeat.
You know what? I have to give credit where credit's due. JP in the chat, he said, Veli, Nesh is gonna go off, and with Doc healing her, he's able to get the run out, the kill, and also his health back. Great start to the round.
Rex and get up on the roof here. He'll be working more than likely. Well, he would have been working with their Thermite, but yeah, that's the Thermite dead. That's the other part we didn't even talk about yet.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, the
I
Thermite.
didn't notice.
The Thermite is the one that goes out. So good luck getting that wall open.
Yeah, that's a big blow to strategy. Valcam's obviously going to get noticed and shot out. But now Habana, who's going to be Doodle, he's going to have to figure out which way they want to make it.
And can we see where Habana is right now?
Yes,
curiosity. Okay. Well, she's on a drone.
Yeah, they're going to do a construction
okay, okay, so she is in the right spot. Well, no, she's not actually. She's in the wrong spot, I just realized. So the problem is Habana's usually committed to getting the construction wall open. So as you can see with everyone else in Lumina, they basically just have to double down on a construction push now.
Yeah.
Because they don't have time to, and it probably wouldn't really work to rotate Doodle over and have him open up the balcony wall instead. So this is a pretty huge kill that was found early on. Nesh may have just single-handedly won the round if they successfully pinch out the push here when it comes in for construction.
Yeah, Garage and CCTV, the hard walls there is going to be in touch. So now, not only do they have to really focus on construction, but also underneath. That's where Tomas is going to have to make a play.
Nesh.
But Nesh ain't having it. Get into 2K. Nice shot on Tomas.
So Nesh moving in once again, surprising one of the members of Luminosity. Not a hard breacher this time, but it's still the Buck, which is a huge grab for this late in the round as well. Those nades he could have potentially still had in storage, now gone. A lot of really important utility getting knocked out here by Nesh. He's doing a fantastic job in this round on Rome.
All right, now it's going to be up to Factor. Two teammates currently down. It's going to be Thermite and Buck. But he's going to have to make the most of it, and Nesh is holding his ground. Wow. Banana Boat crew. They came to play, Blue. They came to play. With drone coming in, Nesh is going to hit off a little pre-fire and run back. But the challenge is going to be there. It's going to be Factor. Oh, Nesh, if he turned around and had the pre-aim ready, I guess he didn't expect Factor to really rush down like that. That was pretty aggressive.
Either way, the things have come down to a 1v3 situation, now a 1v0, or well, 3v0, as Snakes is going to be able to finish things off against Rexon and the Banana Boat crew. Shock Luminosity with a really strong round one defense of CCTV.
Yeah, that kill destroyed anything dynamic about Luminosity's push. With the run out by Nesh, you take out Thermite, and hey, all of a sudden you can't breach everything you wanted to breach. Imagine if that happens whenever they play down low as well. It's going to be really hard. Like, that just shows the importance of being able to stay alive if you're a hard breacher and also being successful. So, I mean, there's 2 stages to get in the site, and Doodle, oh no.
It's been 1 round, Snakes. Calm down.
we have a Owen sighting.
You got to hold off on that. Wait till like round 6 for that.
I love these guys already. Banana Boat came out the gate swinging.
It's like, yeah, we want to round. Let's start crap talking. I'm like, all right.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many
That
bombs as
could
they
clap
can.
back at you pretty badly if things start to go the other way here for LG.
So yeah, let's see how long this is going to hold up for Doodle. It's pretty interesting to see because Doodle has been, so ever since the whole Owen joke at USN 2018 finals, Doodle has really emerged to be one of the best players on this specific roster. Not this specific roster, but this team. And he's slowed down recently. We've seen each player take a turn at dominating when it comes to fragging and owning the stat line. The first one was Doodle, then Thomas and Rexy. And then Hyena starts getting aces, and it's like, okay, this team is deadly.
Attackers are moving out to
So
locate a bomb and defuse
it's
it.
going to be all about who shows up today, but Banana Boat Crew, they've been the one to show up so far.
So we've got Luminosity once again spawned out onto the table here. I'm imagining a bit of a different style going to be taken into the round this time. This Banana Boat Crew were able to surprise them quite heavily with their round 1 performance, especially their roam game, when you take a look at what they were able to accomplish from their Valkyrie in that last round.
I wasn't able to see, do Banana Boat Crew have any roamers at all, or are they just sitting inside?
I think they're just anchoring this one.
They're anchoring? Okay.
Yeah. I don't think they're going to try to play the roam game.
So if that's the case, it's pretty much going to be the basics. You set the claymores in the right spots to stop any type of runouts or flanks. Thomas is going to take his time clearing out top floor. Then once they work their way down, you're going to see Thomas go over the kitchen, and that's when you see the engagement happen. That's going to be when Banana Boat Crew, they try using impact nades or just, outright gunfire to stop them from getting the hatch open. But with Maverick being out of play, it's going to be even harder now because you're going to have to be successful if you're Doodle or Hyena.
Rexon at the same time is going to be positioned downstairs already here, already in a good spot to start pushing forward. And Hyena keeping himself alive this time, so they do have the double hard breach capability to try and utilize. They will clear out and do a little bit of reconstruction in the kitchen to get ready to try and deal with that hatch. We'll do the same thing over here towards the kitchen hatches. Looks like it was just, or not the kitchen hatch, excuse me, the memorial hatch, as it looks like it was just tricked for the first time there by the folks on Banana Boat Crew.
Yeah, so the rotation is currently going through, and hey, there it is. The C4 is going to go ahead and take Rexon out the game. Once more, Banana Boat Crew, they're going to start off the game with the first kill. Absolutely big. We saw how they took advantage of numbers last time, and they threw a wrench in Luminosity's straps. But thankfully for Luminosity, I'm not going to say it was just Sophia, but it wasn't a hard breacher this time around.
I'm starting to get a little bit low here for LG. Thankfully, they've got a good amount of progress made. Not too worried about their capability to get into the site just yet, but they do definitely want to try and get one of these hatches open sooner or later if they haven't already done so. Looks like they did get the kitchen hatch open, so they've got access to Arsenal. That is for sure going to be their primary push here. As you can tell, Banana Boat Crew has caught onto this. They're going to toss their gas grenade into the tunnel to block off the push from Hyena.
So the Toxic Babe currently holding down construction tunnel. But now that it's gone, Hyena is still pressed to make this play. Even though gunfire is starting to fizzle towards his way, let's see if he can go ahead and open things up. Blue presence is going to be there with Factor. His aggressive play is going to help out, but he sees a punch hole. It's going to be all about if he can stay alive. There's going to be a player, oh, he's going to get sandwiched. There's so many people around him, but he's going to be able to get the knife. Oh, okay, that's going to be a 2K.
No.
Make it a 3K. And finally, Nash shuts him down. Such a great opening by Factor.
Well, you can't leave a hole in your defense, folks, as that can happen. Factor rolls right through and changes the pace of this round. His team also able to get a plant down in the process of that play being made, so we are locked into a 2v2. Banana Boat Crew trying to pull off this retake, and we do have a player really far off site right now, trying to run around into the tunnel. Their Buck is trying to reposition. Doodle seems to have held on his own, but only for a 1-for-1 exchange. But ultimately, though, Thomas will be able to finish off Nesh and close out on the round for LG.
That was just dumb luck and bad timing. That was dumb luck and bad timing combined into one. The fact that that player was rotating in that tiny window underneath hatch. Unfortunate. It was 1v1, but fortunately the play above kitchen window was able to close out the round. So now we're going to have a tied game. It was interesting because, it was actually scary. Doodle was on side alone in the 1v2. Thank God Doodle was able to get that kill. Yeah, the refract did happen and leave it in the 1v1 for Luminosity. But if Doodle didn't get that kill, that was going to be all Banana Boat Crews.
That would have allowed them to go forward with a 2-0 lead on defense already, but Luminosity being able to trade it is definitely what they want here. Ultimately, you have to remember, we still are on Clubhouse, so defenders will have a pretty heavy advantage in this matchup, or at least in this half. So Banana Boat Crew is going to be looking to try and tie it up at least 3-3, but ideally they would want a 4-2 here.
So, nothing in this world can explain how the hell Factor did that. Factor went through blue. There was a player in blue. And then there were punch holes and another player that wasn't paying attention. So basically, Factor ran past 2 Helen Kellers, and he was like, hey, there's a guy in front of me. Let me knife him and then get the 3K on the 2 guys that should have killed me. So big mistake by Banana Boat Crew when it came to blue defense. There's no way at all Factor should have ran down like that. It was free. It was free. He didn't even fight for it. He just ran down.
5 seconds left.
And it's pretty funny because there was a player, I believe, directly to his left that should have been able to get the kill. He didn't check his corners at all. He just ran right in the armory for that play. Oh.
So Banana Boat Crew now going to look to try and trade this round back as they do attempt another basement defense here. For Luminosity, however, looking to try and probably execute on the same strat once again. Banana Boat Crew, they looking like they're going to get a bit more aggressive. We do have someone trying to peek towards Oil Pit, but probably not going to find much from that as, yeah, Soldier just barely misses an opportunity to try and spray through.
No ladder for you, buddy.
Not going to work out. And of course, the Claymore will deny any opportunity he has to crawl up now.
Yeah, the Roman Jaeger's going to have to go right back down. Pretty much a default Jaeger spot. Little ADS in front of him to stop any type of grenades. And his job is just to hold it down to make sure players like Factor aren't going to go ahead and run in. And it's a nice spot on the Valk cam to go ahead and stop him to get that kill.
Nice spot, predictable it seems, as Rexon just kind of instinctively shoots into it. He seems to have been well aware, and it was put there in previous rounds too, so they've got a read onto the Valkyrie cams right now. The Banana Boat Crew are trying to use. The rest of the team already getting into position here towards Kitchen, just checking out to make sure there are no cams in the spot here to try and allow for them to fire back to the floorboards and potentially take Thomas out. So we'll just put down some breaching charges, get the floor opened up, and the team within the next, I'd say, 20 or 30 seconds will be able to work towards opening the actual hatch.
Once again, it's important to point out that with Maestro being banned, there hasn't been echo play at all coming in from Banana Boat Crew. But Thomas is going to take a lot of damage. I'm not sure what it was from. Probably a little wall bang or whatnot as he rotates over in the kitchen, but he's going to have to be really careful now.
Rex, in the meanwhile, still trying to push himself into blue. He's got the angle held to wait for the Valkyrie to peek around the corner of the big electrical unit there. But he's not going to get that peek anytime soon, as it appears the Valkyrie is far more preoccupied with watching for the oil pit push instead. Also going to try to get open this second hatch now. Already opened the outside tunnel, but they're not going to be using the outside tunnel this time. They will just open up the bar hatch and I think try to go for the main stairs and Memorial push that we see teams try to do every once in a while. Yeah,
there's not going to be any Kais in play, just Bandits. So when it comes to getting rid of the hatches, I mean, it's going to be quite easy. It's not going to be any counter at all. So Luminosity, they've done a great well so far getting that job done. But Hyena on main stairs. He's in a position to make a good play. I don't think that Banana Boat Crew are really watching that at all. And Factor does it again! This doesn't make sense! Get another one.
Bomb has been located.
Another one. Able to get another 3K in the same spot. Hyena cleans up another one, and now it's a 4v1. The BB crew is starting to fall down. Their defense is going soft, Blue.
Factor even adds a fourth to the counter at the end of the round as well to make it 7 kills in 2 rounds from Factor. He is absolutely on fire right now, and it seems as though the Banana Boat Crew are giving him the matches.
How? Like, pick up traps or something. Stop Factor.
Yeah, that is part of it. There is just like nothing slowing him down, it seems.
Nothing.
But even then, even if you did have like a Legion, for instance, here, and we're throwing those down, it doesn't seem like it would honestly make that much of a difference besides giving you an audio cue that he's going to push.
At least they would know. I mean, it's like, the 3 blind mice trying to protect Blue in church right now, and they keep peeking him. Stop.
This can also help with it too, bringing the Echo into play for Soldier.
They need Echo.
So the Yokais are obviously going to be those extra cameras, because right now with the IQ, like, it seems Banana Boat Crew just aren't getting any intel. All of their default cams are obviously going away the second that they walk into the room. And the Valk cams are seemingly pretty predictable, as Luminosity is dealing with them very easily every round right now.
Look at the kill spread. Factor got all those kills in blue.
He has double the combined total of the rest of his teammates.
Just keep sending Factor to blue. That's the meta. It's safe to say that Factor has been a great pickup so far for Luminosity.
Yeah. Unfortunately, he's not going to be able to push blue this round. Well, he can, it just won't really do anything. As the site is now moved, we are back to CCTV and Cash, as Banana Boat Crew have played 2 rounds since they won on this one. So they now have it unlocked for play once again.
So the 1 round they won, they're here to try to go ahead and get that type of success again. It's going to be all if Hyena can stay alive with the exothermic charges. Oh, Nash is getting ready for the run out again. But are they going to be expecting it? They spread out the rounds a little bit, and you see the passive gameplay coming out of spawn. They're waiting, but I don't think that they are aware of the Valk cam that Banana Boat Crew has.
Which Valk cam?
Well, I mean, I saw Valkyrie at the door, and I'm pretty sure she was on her phone.
Oh, okay.
Looking at stuff, but I guess not. I was just guessing.
Either way, I think I went out here on the balcony again, like that same one that's up in the corner. That's going to get spotted by the IQ, because Thomas should be nearby. So,
Yeah.
no, all 3 cams are positioned inside as far as I can tell. So,
All right, this is it. Working our way in the side and trying to open up this CCTV wall. Looks like they're not getting countered at all, as Thomas is watching the exit, and yeah, this is going to be a Valve cam he's watching for.
Thomas keeping eyes on all the utility that's on the inside and prioritizing what his team needs to get rid of here as they start to move in. You can see we've got that garage door open, but normally you're not... Ooh, was that a yokai he just picked? I don't think so, but...
Have they gotten an entry kill all 4 rounds so far? It seems that way.
LG?
No, Banana Boat Crew.
No, because it's usually been Luminosity for the basement rounds, isn't it?
Banana Boat Crew were able to get the first kill the first 2 rounds. I didn't pay attention the last time, but they got it again. So it might be 3 out of 4 if I'm guessing correctly.
Yeah. Either way, though, again, getting the pick. Oh, there's the yokai again. I guess they did get that first one. Because he shot one of them, I'm pretty sure. That or it's the same one, and he missed the first attempt. It's hard to tell without points. No, I guess there's 2 then, because I don't think it would have been able to get itself up on the catwalk this quickly.
It's really impressive, like, how long it's taking Luminosity to go ahead and really put damage into Banana Boat Crew's defense. And we see a few of the players going downstairs in the lounge and also on the balcony on the west side, but they're still unable to get these kills. And I believe they're working their way into construction. We heard Abana's XK-Ros actually go out, so that has to be it. But Rex is in dangerous territory. He's picking up the diffuser, and he's going to drop it. Yeah.
Just leave it up there.
I was thinking of a story for what his next train of thought might have been, and I didn't expect that at all.
All right, so we do have the EMP grenades ready to go out as the rest of the team seemingly is getting pretty ready to push in here. However, they spotted Rexon just a moment ago, and Snakes is going to be able to pick up a double. Factor does the same, and now exit 3. He's doing it again, and now has full access to the site. Diffuser did go down. It's out on the balcony right now, and I don't know if they have an easy way to get rid of that, but that won't matter if Factor just runs over everyone in the server. He got 4. Doodle makes it 5, and that is now 11 kills in 3 rounds for Factor.
Daddy needs his juice. Keep on feeding it to him. Factor is unstoppable right now. Sim the blue, sim the cash stairs. It doesn't even matter. The man finds a way. We'll be nothing without Factor. And Doodle is right for the first time in his life. Factor. What are the kills right now, Marcio? Is he at what?
He should be 13? At 15, I think.
Stop.
Oh.
12.
12, okay.
12 kills.
Oh, no, yeah, I was doing math wrong.
Yeah. This is rough. Factor is Big Daddy right now.
I want to know what his Siege GG rating is right now.
Like, he runs in the site and just yoinks the opportunity away from Banana Boat Crew. Like, it actually doesn't make sense. He isn't a Factor. He is the X Factor.
Factor, meet me in New Blue. I need that freebie. Is this a ranked game?
Shout out to DZ for demoralizing
I'm on a chat
an hour before. Factor is carrying his team.
He could break Rampy's kill record.
He can.
What? It's like 26, isn't it?
No, it's like 22, 23.
Yeah, I'd have to look it up. Hold on.
Yeah, look it up.
I'm gonna
look it up.
real quick.
So, solo cast from Belly. We're looking at the site setup. Yeah, going up top again. So Banana Boat Crew, they're pretty much split. They had such a great opening against Luminosity. Once again, getting the first blood.
10 seconds remaining.
And then all of a sudden, it all falls down once some Factor steps in the building. You know, when Daddy comes home, that's it.
It's 22 kills.
22, okay.
22 in 12 rounds is what it was. So he is well on pace to beat that right now. But that's assuming he keeps up with this amount of kills. So, which I mean,
Factor.
I don't want to say it's unlikely, right? Because he did it 3 rounds in a row now.
I mean, he's gotten 12 kills in 4 rounds. This could actually happen. Especially if Banana Boat Crew decides to come back and Factor just keeps running in blue and knifing people in the back. It's bound to happen.
He's literally at an average of 3 kills per round right now. That is absolutely insane. So we'll see if he can keep that kind of performance up. Either way, though, we are in the midst of this one. Luminosity once again looking for the attack as Banana Boat Crew did feel successful enough on that last round to re-attempt the defensive here.
All right, let's see what's going to happen. So Thomas being down low in stock right now.
Ooh.
All right, 1 more charge left.
That was in the last second.
Okay, so Thomas can actually help him out. If Thomas is able to get underneath the batteries by clearing it out and shooting from underneath, utilizing, you know, the detector for electronics, the electron detector, he can shoot the bandit batteries. But if they're picking up the batteries and only dropping it to counter the exothermic charge, is not going to make a difference at all.
The Zofia should just be able to stun it, to be honest.
Zofia should be able to stun it.
Now there is a reinforcement in a way. I don't know if that'll block the stun or not. Which, oh, it's gone now. So that issue is now dealt with.
Okay.
And also you can shoot it up from down below too.
Yeah.
As Marcy was just showing us. But they're going to try and attempt it. It does not look like Bandit is in position to stop this. There's the stun. He's going to be way too late on trying to trick it there. So second attempt is successful, but Sum is not going to take that lightly. You open his wall, he'll kill you. And he takes out Hyena.
He's giving him some work right now, dropping Hyena. A little bit of Emzo humor right there. And that about cam bodies it. Great shot by Factor.
Let's
It's
see
been
him
on
as
fire
well.
so far. Let's just watch Factor.
All right, so Factor's killed 1 camera so far this round.
100% aim rate. Yeah, Factor's flirting with danger right now. He's definitely looking for someone to go ahead and peek through this window in the garage. And he knows that there's going to be 2 people in Raptor, so this is going to be a big help. Thomas is able to pick up the kill on Soldier. And knowing that there's 1 more right there, Doodle, oh, the aim is perfect! Doodle getting a 2K, taking some out.
There's far too much fragging power, it seems, right now on LGs. They just walk in the garage, pick up the two defenders on the inside of garage, actually. Factor, don't do it again. He's already got 1 this round.
Oh, Factor.
Let's see, number 2 right there.
Keep pushing Factor, we're going to break the record.
So what is that, 13 kills? It's yeah.
Factor's a bully right now.
He's at, so it should be 14-2 now, I think. And that's in, yeah, 14-2 in 5 rounds.
Factor is just acting.
If he doesn't break the record, I will be disappointed.
Factor is out of control.
Technically, that record only applies to Pro League games, but still, we'll make up our own record.
We have to. Factor on Thatcher. All right. So this is it. The last round before the sides go ahead and swap. Banana Boat Crew. Hey, strats are going soft, and they've been a bit lackluster so far. All in thanks to Factor. If Factor has been going off, it's going to be hard to tell how this game could have been going because they were doing extremely well earlier on. It just happens that Factor just finds an opening and just he runs free all willy-nilly and just bodies everybody.
Yeah, first round for Banana Boat Crew looked awesome, right? Like they really shut down Luminosity, and specifically we had Nesh do an amazing job on Rome. He basically single-handedly won his team the first round with the kills that he was able to get. Destroyed the Thermite on the run out, as well as caused problems later on in the round by picking up a 2nd kill too. But after that, yeah, we've had some close engagements, but Factor literally running into the site 3 times in a row has seemed to shut them down. And they have not been able to figure out how to stop that yet.
Gym and bedroom, this is it. So, once again, counter is going to be a factor. We see Snakes is banded right now. Mirror's banned, so that bathroom hold isn't going to help them out at all if they have to go ahead and reach that hard wall. So Snakes has a lot of responsibility in his hands. I'm sure if I see a shield helping him out. But a Mute Jammer is going to be placed by Zoinkers, and after that, it's going to be all of the Snakes. The Mute Jammer is going to waste at least 1 EMP, which is going to leave 2 more left. So it's going to be all about just skill, just dropping that battery on that thing and just getting rid of the exothermic charge. Habana can come into play. That's if they do need her for that, but I doubt that they will.
Important to note that we still have Snakes in position with the batteries, though, so he can trick this, but with a Zofia in play, we'll see if they're able to play this appropriately in order to get rid of those extra reinforcements. Rexon actually goes hunting for some feet there, and nearly is able to clip a little bit of damage onto the Banana Boat Crew, but doesn't actually end up finding anything, at least for now.
Yeah, that's actually a really good spot. I saw it in a Coconut Bro video the other day. From that angle, you're able to kill people that are prone around gym and also master bedroom. It's a specific angle, so he was unable to be successful with that, but Zophia's coming into play with the lifeline, and yeah, that wall stands no chance at all.
Three-man formation on the wall is the kind of like double confirmation to get the wall open. And they execute that flawlessly. So Luminosity have the first wall open. Problem with this site, though, is it's not just one. You normally need to get 2 walls open, as you also have the bathroom to deal with if it is properly reinforced by the Banana Boat crew. After that, you have to ignore it and try to kind of swing your way into gym. We're going to see, though, Doodle.
Wow.
And this time, not the right site just yet, but he is able to clear out the cash defender, as that's going to be Nesh going down. Snakes and Soldier also go out directly after that. Factor finally dies at the hands of some. And now it's still going to be brought down to a 3v1 as Zoinkers is left alone to clutch this. He does drop the Habana. Still has to look for the next 2, though. And in the meantime, the diffuser is going down onto the ground. He will eventually be found in the showers, though, and Luminosity still close out on the half. 5-1 for the attacking side.
All it took was a takedown. One more player. You saw him in the bathroom trying to clutch down to 1v3. He was able to get one down, and with the shotgun out, he just didn't have the range. At first he did, but he was hesitant to take the shot. With the SMG, you know, pocketed at the moment, that was the right gun for the situation, and he got gunned down while holding the shotgun. If he was able to get another down or a kill, it would have been a 1v1 with the objective player. But now the swaps are going to change. Illuminati looking to win this 7-1 if they can continue on with their streak. In Factor, how many kills does he have so far, Marcio?
I didn't get any in that last round, I don't think, so he should still be at 14,
okay.
I think. Yeah. I didn't see him on the kill feed anyway, because he actually died the last round. Yeah, so he's still 14.
Yep. So he's not going to break the record. He should just throw
That's it. That's the end.
He should just throw rounds and just let him pad his stats.
How much you know about he's going to like spawn peek and stuff, trying to get kills?
Put him on Doc.
What op is he on? Let's see.
Oh, he's on Bandit.
Oh, no, so he can't.
Oh.
No, he can't.
Oh.
I mean, he can still take contact duels when they get the wall, if they get the wall open, so.
He's going to purposely let the wall get breached and it just run
Like, oh, I let go of middle mouse, sorry.
My mouse is lagging, guys.
Someone hit the switch, Factor's on the heater.
Ban Zoinkers from chat. Block his comms.
But Edinburgh Crew is still having fun at the end of the day, I suppose, and take lightness in that.
10 seconds remaining.
They're just like having conversations with each other, like in the middle of like a pro game. It's such a weird match. Like, they're way too friendly with each other.
Down 1-5 in USN semifinals. You're just smiling, typing in chat. Thanks for the tip. Stop these guys, please.
They are in Vegas, to be fair, so the AC is probably set to like 66 or something like that.
True.
Because it gets very warm there.
Or maybe it's just meta, telling them to turn on the AC so the power goes out again. Be a shortage. Hey, might be it.
If you turn the heat on at this time of the year in Vegas, you're crazy. Still like in the 90s, I think, at this time of year.
When does it get cold in Vegas?
Right around, I think like in the next few weeks it should start getting colder, I think, actually.
See you on the other
All right.
side.
So Abana's currently doing work, and yeah, it's pretty much going to be successful, and nobody's going to get peaked early on, so all players left alive right now. Let's see if this, I told you, he's going to run away from the wall. He's going to run away from the wall to slay out. He's going to let the wall get breached. He's trying to get kills now.
He's not even there. He's downstairs. They just rushed into sight. What? This is such a weird formation. We're going to see them start to rotate, but at the moment, Banana Boat Crew are kind of just allowed to walk into CCTV. Hyena's trying to spray back on this one. He's brought it down to a 1v3 from 1v4, but still, this is a tough ask now. Trying to rotate in. He does have an angle to play with, but isn't able to rotate onto it in time. So the Banana Boat Crew rush their way through the wall and into the site in order to take round number 7.
That was a meme round.
Bit of a meme round, yeah.
That was a meme round. That was Factor trying to hunt down kills this bandit.
Factor assumed they'd play the round normally and that he could like roam and get kills that way. No.
So if it was serious, Banana Boat Crew while breaching through that wall, all of them huddled in behind the exothermic charge and just charged in, just pre-firing.
And it worked.
Yeah. That's the winning strat. Do it again.
So let's try that again, Luminosity.
Factor on Bandit.
Maybe they'll actually play the bandit in the site again this time.
I'm going to pick Bandit, but I'm going to play off-site. They didn't expect it.
Maybe they're trying to let more rounds get played so that Factor has a better chance to hit the record.
Maybe.
That's the genius strat right there. They just weren't expecting a rush.
What if they do that and the game gets tied up and Banana Boat Crew wins? They're
They're
throwing rounds to get him the kill record.
It's like, doesn't matter, got the kill record, but we lost.
All right. So, still sticking at 14 kills and able to get kills in the last round or two. And, yeah, looks like the streak is ended, man. RIP to the dream.
It's been two or three dry rounds now from him, so.
So Luminosity, all they need left is just 2 more rounds to win. And they'll play against Zaco and the Boys Adventure Force in the finals. Banana Boat Crew, they're going to have to really pull something out of their pockets, some super strat, and try to win it out. They have the gunplay to go ahead and go toe-to-toe against Luminosity, but they fell flat on their face thanks to Factor.
See both of the yokai drones, one being set up on the inside of CCTV, the other going for information on the inside of Garage. We do have quite a few players as, ooh, was that left soft? Yes, it was. So that is going to allow them in pretty quickly. Sometimes it's left soft, though. It's not a huge deal. But
stay on this angle. I want to see all of this, Marcy.
They're definitely going to rush through construction. Here we go.
They're having a hard time getting through it.
It's going to be a little obvious, I think. No. Oh, no. It's good. See, this is the problem with Russian construction, right? He's got that tiny little door to push in from. They are able to trade it evenly, though, bringing it in with 3v3. Factor picks up another kill, though, as he retreats to the inside of Cash. And now looks for another one. 2 more added to his counter as he takes out Snakes. And whoa, actually won't. No, wait, did he get it? It looks like he did. Yes,
yeah,
he did take out some at the end of the day. So another 3K from Factor.
This is peak Rainbow Six Siege.
You're not going to get a better match than this.
Ever.
Invitational finals? Get it.
So boring.
Luminosity versus Banana Boat Crew.
That's what I stayed up late for.
So we are going to go back to the basement as Luminosity have that to play into now. And this is also, of course, their match point rounds. They've got the opportunity to shut this to all, man. Factor wants kills. Okay, maybe not. He had a vigil pick there for like 3 seconds. And I was like, yep, he's going to roam.
Big Banana Boat Crew running out of stamina and they're unable to take it.
Hyena, please let me kill something.
Poor Hyena. Can we take a look at the stats?
Just let's get a game real quick here.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
So he's at 17 now.
Okay.
So he needs
17.
So if he aces this round, he ties the kill record.
Let him get an ace. Let him get an ace.
But if not, they still win, then yeah, he's not going to break the record. He will, however, still, I think, have like the highest KPR in pro match history, I think, at this point, if they end it right here.
Can he get the ace and then there's a trade that happens and they lose? And go to another round and then he could break the record?
I don't think that's possible.
Trades can happen. Very rare.
Actually, no, it is possible, yeah. It would just take like a really crazy round. I mean, they need to like coordinate with Banana Boat Crew at this point. Just be like, hey.
I'll just type it in the chat. If I'm Factor, I'm like, yo, everyone go blue.
You guys give Factor just like 5 more kills, we'll let you get like 3 more rounds here, but that's the strat to play into.
All right, this is it. Doodle with the spawn peak. He's gonna hit absolutely nothing. Nobody over there. Drone active. They're actually droning. They're taking it serious. Okay.
They kind of have to now, unfortunately.
This is it.
It's also a basement attack, and I would be very surprised if someone tried to like rush tunnel or something like that.
Why not? I wouldn't expect it. Factor.
You wouldn't expect it, right? But like, if the first person who contacts goes 1-for-1, that you're dead. Like that's not working in my eyes. Everyone's gonna rotate to that so quick.
And as we're waiting for Luminosity to go ahead and try to win this very last round to shut it down, I just want the chat to laugh at Stokes for not having a sword in the chat. So everyone just laugh at him. Stokes, we love you, we miss you. Come back to Poland soon.
We'll see you in a few days.
Yes. A few days.
I think so, right?
Yeah. Comes back soon.
It's like a week from now, I think he comes back.
You get my blue-eyed brother back. All right. But here it is. Yeah. They're actually playing is absolutely right. A little bit of drone play. And yeah, we see Jaeger in a typical spot, though.
Summon, meanwhile, being very careful about how he proceeds here on the buck. Making sure he checks all these angles, all these corners. Very careful about it. Zoinkers, though, is able to catch Rexon on his own there. So first roamer from Luminosity. Going down onto the ground. Also Factor.
Okay.
Knocked out by Soldier.
All right, the F2 meta is in effect. Factor is going to get bodied. Factor gets handled. The drones get absolutely bodied as well. Doodle is going to hold down blue. There's going to be 2 players in front of him. It's going to be up to him to really take matters to his own hands. But Thomas is running with danger in tunnel at the moment. And with the Toxic Babe coming out, yeah, that player is going to retreat.
He was almost able to box him in there, too.
Almost.
Punch him out with a shotgun, but looks like Snake's back up just in time in order to avoid that fate. And in the meantime here, Got a lot more pressure working its way over towards blue there. That's definitely going to be the focus for the Banana Boat crew. It, in my opinion, is a little bit dangerous, even though with a 5v3, though, just because it seems like it's kind of their singular focus on execute.
Yeah.
And Luminosity are playing is very smart, so LG could still shut this down. So they're going to find the first kill there on some.
Look at Doodle trying to have a gamer moment right now.
Okay, here we go.
Trying to work his way to get another kill, but Nesh ain't having it. 4v2. And Banana Boat crew, they're fighting back now. This is so possible. They can do this.
Banana Boat figured out what they were doing wrong there. They add the memorial angle to this push. They can pinch out the players inside a church and actually get access to this site. They're going to bust open the wall into the site, though, and this is going to be their actual point of access where they'll put the plant down in that back corner behind bar. Don't even know if Luminosity are aware that this is happening, to be honest. They're still kind of in default positions right now, waiting for this push to come in. We're going to see the Echo get knocked out. Thomas still alive and well, though. He'll attempt the 1v4 situation. Quickly brings it into 3, but timing looks away at just the wrong time and is knocked out by Snake. So the Banana Boat crew are not done fighting just yet.
Banana Boat crew trying to make it happen. Fighting back, taking a round away from Luminosity. Great push on attack. Luminosity looking really cold. We saw a lot of early frags coming in from Banana Boat crew that really shut them down. And Luminosity, they didn't have that explosive factor that we were expecting, especially from Factor. Pretty lackluster gameplay in regards to that round, but still they get another chance. Banana Boat crew, if they want to take it to overtime, hey, win 3 more rounds. That's it. Easier said than done, of course. But we're going right back down to Church and Arsenal.
Let's see, is that going to be a 6-pick Cav? Usually is. Or is LG really just trying to have fun now? He's going to 6-pick it. I'll call it.
Rex in this
Yep, I knew it. I was like, no, he's not confirming that. Just baiting us into it.
This, it would be so funny if this comeback happens. If we go to overtime, I'm going to mark that as a win for Banana Boat crew.
Factor is still 5 kills away from the record right now.
So if Factor doesn't take over the game, Luminosity don't win. Chat, you heard it here first. That's the meta.
They're only going to win the round if Factor aces.
That's only if Factor gets 3 kills or more. Rum Bandit, once again, yeah, he's pretty much going to stay in Church. This is going to be his priority right here. A few batteries to go down to stop Abana's charges from main stairs, open things up behind bar. And, yeah, that's going to be his main priority.
Reinforcements just going in with a few of those hatches there at the last second, as they'll now fall back. And if everything stays the same from the previous round, I think they'll probably just pull back the aggression a little bit. They had a couple guys that were extended out towards the main stairs, and I think there was one other roamer that got caught kind of early in the round. So more than likely going to try to pull a little bit of that back. I say that actually, but no, it's looking like they're going to keep it going, at least in the case of Doodle, as he's going to be back upstairs here playing around with the bar. Just a bit, though.
What's the sad face for? What's Factor doing right now, Marcy?
Let's see what we got. Oh, he's just by the wall. Doesn't look like he's got much of a duel to work with right now or anything, so it's going to remain nice and quiet here for the folks on Luminosity, at least for the time being. Factor doesn't appear as though he's supporting Doodle, kind of the trade man, if you will, if Doodle fails in his push.
So Doodle is Mozzie. I mean, yeah, he's going to be able to go ahead and zap drones off the ground and use them as his own. That's a big if he's able to do that, but still he's going to be able to deny a lot of intel gathering coming in from Banana Boat crew.
All right, well, just getting blue hatch open. This is going to be a memorial. And again, these are uncontested right now, so Luminosity just letting the hatches get open. They don't have a K to trick them, so not much they can do to resist this. And in the meantime here, time is ticking down. But the Banana Boat crew still have plenty of time to play into. Still a little over half the round remaining here. Rexon is going to strike first, however, catching some this time. Doodle ready to chuck a C4 up into the kitchen. Will not strike true, though, and he gets droned out of his current position.
Yeah, you see Doodle with a little pre-fire and also a C4 going out, but that was just, just safety. Just make sure if anybody was pushing, he was able to go ahead and get the kill or two. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to connect with both actions, and he's doing a pretty good job at keeping Snakes just, keeping his pace slow at the moment. Nesh, pretty much humbled, looking towards blue right now. He's been humbled since the first few rounds. His runouts has helped out his team a lot, and he's been pretty quiet ever since.
Nesh still waiting for this duel to be presenting itself here. He's nearly got it with a player just on the inside of tunnel, as I think he may have actually seen him peek once or twice, but Doodle's going to be able to strike now against Zoinkers, taking him out. Bringing us down into a 5 versus 3 situation. The swing from Rexon to try and pick up another kill will not work. Thomas gets it instead. And as well as Snake's going down, that's going to leave only one player left. It's Soldier against the world, and he can't get it done. So Luminosity shut it out and will take control of this matchup as they reach their 7th round, sending them onward to play up against Adventure Force in our final match of the day.
GG's all around. These guys are great friends, and Banana Boat Crew tried to fight back. Hey, they couldn't. They lost. Luminosity won. They move on, and obviously Factor's MVP. And they left the lobby, supposed to get the stat.
And they 3v5 that? That's crazy.
Just wild. Well, when you have Factor, that's all that matters, right?
Yeah. I mean, basically,
it was basically
it was kind of a 1v5 in some respects.
Get carried, Hyena.
At least that attacking half was. But yeah, great game from Factor. He will not break the record, though, as I think he ends right around 17 or 18 kills. But either way, a phenomenal performance from him and the rest of Luminosity. And that is going to send them soaring on to our final match of the day, where they sit one more game away now from making it into the Western Conference closed qualifiers.
Finally. Power didn't go out. Factor went out of control. Luminosity, they're your victors, and now they're going to have to go against Adventure Force in the finals. So, pretty much takeaways from that game. At first, Banana Boat Crew, they looked really strong with the spawn peaks and Nesh running out and taking out hard breachers fast and early. Like that right there, the first round. First kill of the map right there. He was unable to emulate that type of play again, and Banana Boat Crew, they really fell flat on their face.
It was a bit of a ridiculous game at the end of the day, to be honest here.
Yeah.
The amount of stuff that Factor was allowed to get away with made 3 separate rounds. This one, you'll see the play coming up right after this as well, the round after it. And then there's one more play that should be, it's probably the clip right after this more than likely.
And it's not like he's crouch walking in there. My man is literally sprinting with Tim's on.
Yep.
He's stomping around, and no one hears him and tries to stop him.
The last minute of this replay, by the way, has just been Factor, as he single-handedly won 3 separate rounds for Luminosity. Really crazy stuff from him. This on top of like some of the kind of the interesting strats that we saw from Banana Boat Crew when they got onto their attacking side, trying to rush successfully in some circumstances. CCTV twice in a row.
That was a boss push.
Made for certainly an exciting game, that's for sure. Just a little bit hard to break down, unfortunately, just because of how crazy it was.
I love how the highlights are basically at first the Factor montage.
Yeah.
We should have put like a dope rap song and just let it go.
Here's that rush. They try to force themselves into that little tiny doorway into the site.
They almost won it.
And they traded it first, yeah, but again, Factor just took control here. Another 3K for him. I think that was the 3rd 3K he got in the game. We had a 4K like 2 rounds before this as well. Man, just ridiculous stuff from him. Talking about him a lot. I know it's starting to sound a little bit biased, but you know,
it is what it is.
When have you seen a performance like that? Like,
it is what it is at this point. So congrats to Luminosity once again. So in the finals, I'm gonna say that they're obviously the clear favorites, but still Adventure Force isn't a team that you can really look down on because they're there. But let's go ahead and interview the winning team. It's only right if it's Factor. It's probably gonna be Thomas. Oh, Thomas, what's up, baby?
How's it going?
Yo,
how's it
Big
going?
Daddy.
How's it going?
It's going all right. So
Everything's going good.
Thomas, you guys lost in the suckiest way last week. Your power went out. You were unable to go through. Like, you were expecting to be in the finals already last week. So this time around, I guess your boys up Banana Boat Crew, you guys finally made it. What are your realistic expectations in USN? Seriously, even when you guys make it to the finals. Yeah, I said win.
Well, we're expecting to basically win this, since some teams can't really partake in this tournament, so it should be an easy ride for us. But easy ride to the finals until we face the fellow pro teams, and that's basically our expectations. Last week, we were all sitting in our room, and I was having PC issues, and then I get a resolve with Virus's PC, and then 5 seconds later, we're like, what the hell just, what just happened? So it just happened, a power outage. I think our gardener pulled up with the leaf blower 3000 and messed up our whole power.
Is Factor right by you right now?
I can get him if you want.
No, you can tell Factor. I said he's a beast. I love him. Yo, by the way, why Factor? Why did you guys pick up Factor out of everybody else out there during Roster Mania?
As I said in an interview before, Factor, we had a player in mind, and Factor was the OG choice since Allied Minor. And when we had an opening, we just took it, and we've seen nothing but progress to him. He's an amazing player. He understands well. He also takes part of mid-round calling because he has an open eye. He's very much out there. So
Yeah, we saw him in blue.
Yeah.
We saw him.
Yeah, he has the fragging potential.
So, Thomas, you go against Zako and the boys in the finals, Adventure Force. Yo, what do you got to say to them? What do you got to say?
I mean, good luck to them. It's going to be a match. You never want to underestimate your opponents, even if they're CL or T3. I mean, we lost to Drag Esports last week. We underestimated them. No, but all jokes aside, never underestimate your enemies, and you take it step by step, round by round.
All right, listen, Thomas, good luck in the finals, and I hope to see you again, all right, man?
I appreciate it. Take care.
Oh, anytime, baby.
Thank you.
I love Thomas. Like, every interview he has is so humble. I even gave him a chance to go ahead and pop off against Adventure Force, and he took, we don't disrespect him, we got to be humble. Like, we don't look down upon him. Like, such a nice guy. Just want to hug him.
It's a great attitude to have overall.
Right.
Once again, it's time to talk about our MVPs. This one's going to be pretty obvious. Both of us picked Factor. So
Shocker.
Let's just put that one away right now, because there's no one surprised by this pick at all.
Yeah, Factor was just...
Yeah, I mean, this only 80% cost is really interesting, actually. I thought it would have been like high 90s. But yeah,
that's interesting.
I guess he did kind of like fall off in those last 2 rounds. That's probably where it got ticked down a bit on the cost stat. I would guess.
He was still dying in those rounds. So it's like the survivability, threw it down. Oh, look, Valley's MVP pick is Factor as well.
Hey.
Yeah. So there really wasn't much to take away from that game, to be quite honest.
Yeah, a bit of a frag fest at the end of the day between those two teams. We're like a really fun game to watch, don't get us wrong. But yeah, it was just a bit of a crazy one between the two teams at the end of the day. The fragging power kind of speaks for itself here too, and you look at Factor and Doodle leading the charge against the highest frag total being Sum at 7 for the Banana Boat crew.
And despite starting off the map extremely hot, Nash was unable to keep that type of flame, and that was it. But everything seemed to fall down once they went down to Church and Arsenal, and Factor had his way in blue. Next thing you know, Banana Boat crew, they had their backs against the wall, and they were unable to win. So GG's, and hope to see these guys again next time. They're actually good.
Yeah, for sure.
They're really good. I like them.
And bringing good fragging power to the table. Yeah. Just like strategy-wise, that game kind of got thrown out the window like 4 or 5 rounds into it, it seems. So it's like we ended up with some kind of like crazy stuff towards the end of it.
Big time. But ladies and gentlemen, we have one more game of the night. It's going to be Adventure Force facing off against Luminosity. Let's see which is going to be the better team in that matchup, and see you guys after this short break.
It's domination in a can. Tastes like loser tears.
New Mountain Dew Amp Game Fuel. Victory in a can.
Welcome back once again, ladies and gentlemen, for the last time tonight to the Rainbow Six U.S. Nationals. It's time to move into our final matchup of this week's Western Conference Open qualifier. It's going to be Adventure Force going up against Luminosity Gaming.
Yep, so guys, also remember this week, Blue Stokes will be giving away $700. So, Blue, go ahead and tell them how they can go ahead and win the money.
Yeah, definitely make sure you're signing up for our Venmo Community Challenge, folks. We've got $700 on the line every single week for you guys to be claiming, including $500 for whoever gets first place. All you got to do is get a clip. It's just got to be a rainbow clip. It could be yours, it could be your friends. Just make sure you get a clip, make sure you upload that clip, and most importantly, make sure you are including our hashtag with that clip. It's going to be hashtag Venmo Community Challenge. We'll get that up on the screen here in just a second, as you'll see. Or Venmo Community Spotlight, sorry. Venmo Community Spotlight. Make sure you're including that in your submissions. And most importantly, don't forget this part. Make sure you include that submission in the link down below at esl.gg/Venmo-R6USN. That's where you can submit your clips and most importantly, can find out all the rest of the rules relating to this contest.
Hey.
With that said, though, we can move on to our match.
Sorry to cut you off.
No, you're good.
Sorry.
Go right ahead.
Oh, yeah, with the matchups, let's go ahead and take a look at the rosters. The first one up, it's going to be, and I was trying to talk slow about the producer because I threw that really fast. It's going to be Luminosity. So this is a team that, on paper, expected to win. They have the status. It's going to be Hyena. You guys know Factor, Doodle, Thomas, and also Rexon. A team that everyone knows in the scene, and especially in NA. And also, their challengers are going to be not them. They just beat them. So it's going to be Adventure Force. We'll go ahead and get that ready. It's fine. Small mistake. But
it'll be Suzaku and Kuro, for anyone's curious.
Yeah, pretty much. Adventure Force. There you have it. Breezy, Throw, Suzaku, Cryogen, and also Callie, the man who was just streaky. Him and Breezy are going to match up extremely well against the likes of Factor and the rest of this team. Yeah,
it's going to be interesting to see how Adventure Force play into this one, considering that they had mixed results, especially considering they tried to play a really aggressive defensive side. They kind of had mixed results even against the last team they played up against. I don't think that they're really going to be able to even justify getting aggressive against LG, but we'll see, because we were surprised with that last game too, and just how crazy it ended up being.
Yeah.
But given Suzaku's record with spawn peeking coming off of that last Consulate game,
you're right,
where he was dying, I think, almost every single time he attempted to do it, along with a lot of other aggressive moves being punished by them. It'll be interesting to see how they adjust their playstyle. We need to figure out which map we're going to be on first, though, because that'll have a lot of prevalence on how they're going to play this.
Yeah, depending on the map, it's going to help out Adventure Force in a big way. We've seen it before. So CL meta is slightly different than Pro League meta. CL players, they're bound to try more things. They're ready to be more dangerous when it comes to strategy. And it all depends on the map, like you said. So it's going to be
Consulate again.
All right. We've seen both teams play on Consulate here in USN.
So Cafe's out this week, basically, is what we're saying.
The week ain't over yet. Don't jinx it, Blue. Don't do it.
We're just going to have 2 more Consulate games on Thursday.
This is going to be all Consulate.
One clubhouse.
Why is that a thing in USN? Variety is the spice of life.
I think, you have to remember that a lot of the maps are much more strat intensive.
Yeah.
I thought we'd see more coastline personally, but I guess that doesn't qualify into this. But maps like Villa, basically a lot of the newer maps that have been brought into the pool, they require a lot more strategy to play into.
Right.
And I think that's why teams aren't picking them. I would say that, but I feel like Cafe is one of those maps. But that gets picked. We're going off last week anyway. That got picked pretty often. So I don't know. It's kind of like flavor of the week right now for the.
No. You actually bring up a really good point, because the upsets that we've seen have been on maps like Coastline and whatnot, where you could just do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Operators that we don't even think about you bringing, the Lion. That wasn't expected, and so that's the reason why teams like Parallax Gaming can beat Dark Zero. But when they have that rematch, and you go on a map like, let's say, a Border or a Clubhouse, where we know what you're doing this time, we know what operators you're picking. Those Tier 2 teams have less of a chance to go ahead and beat the Tier 1 team.
Yeah, for sure. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you've heard what we think of this matchup. Now it's time to hear what you think and get our community vote up on the board here. You guys are seeming... All right.
It's the first time ever.
Jesus.
that I've been aware of.
I mean, the Twitter poll's brutal tonight, man.
Not even 1%.
Man.
F's in the chat for Adventure Force, guys.
Venture Force. Venture Force got to do some PR outreach with that one.
That's rough. Okay, I expected like a
wow.
10 at least. Not that.
Man.
Love for the boys Breezy and all them, man. That sucks.
0%. That's rough. I don't think we'd ever see that, but
Sko, you didn't vote for your boy Sukaku? I'm looking at all y'all.
Even he can't put in the vote for him.
He was like, I'm gonna keep it real with you, fam. You got no shot. So let's see if you guys are 100% correct on this vote. Yo, it'll be crazy if this like really comes down like 6-6 tiebreaker. Like, I mean, overtime.
You guys are gonna look like fools if that's
or
the
like,
case.
what if the upset does happen? I always wish for the upset, obviously, but what if?
Everyone will be wrong.
That would be so funny.
Everyone will be wrong.
That would be funny.
We can just make fun of the chat for the rest of the show. At that point.
We can't, stupid idiot.
You guys were all wrong. There wasn't a single one of you that picked the right vote.
Yeah. Going into this map, though, I mean, we've already seen different looks when it comes to strategy that Adventure Force is thrown out there. So I say do the same.
Yeah.
Be different.
I mean, they've already got a little bit of warm up on this map too, right? Off the last match, so it's not like they're going to be a bit cold and have to like kind of figure out the play style and whatnot for Limit. They'll still have to do that, but they all know their own game, and that's what's important going into a matchup like this, especially such a mismatch between the two teams. So we shall see how much Adventure Force can fight with a 0% community vote behind them. They still have a chance here to upset against Luminosity and send themselves onward to the Western Conference closed qualifier for Stage 3. Let's see if they can do it, or if the expected result from our community is going to come out, and we will see Luminosity take this one.
And the bands are coming through, and I see in the chat, in the comment, it's saying I'm from APAC and I qualify for USN. No, unless you have a visa, this is for Americans only, and Jackal's going to get banned. I mean, pretty obvious ban. I mean, 2 smoke grenades, an amazing gun, and also he hunts down roamers. You do not roamers to get hunted down easily on this map. So getting rid of Jackal, ideal.
And that will stay consistent with the rest of the bans that we have had for this evening. So once again, just waiting for our second one to come in. And this time we'll see Capitao get knocked out, so you won't have those firebolts and the rest of that utility to deal with coming into this matchup.
So we're not going to see a Maverick ban, a Thatcher ban, anything like that. But, you know, good luck, have fun in the chat already. I'm expecting this to be a really sweaty game. Valkyrie's been banned a lot on this map. No one wants to deal with her at all because of the fact that she can throw those cams outside on trees and whatnot, and you really have no idea what's happening. And if you're IQ and you're looking for those Valk cams, I mean, you know, peeks from windows can happen easily.
She has like a, yeah, I mean, well, the problem is there's like 8 billion windows she can toss a camera out of, so it's just really hard, even with an IQ, it's really hard to predict where that's going to be coming from. But Maestro is going to be banned out this time instead of an Echo. This has been a common trend here this evening, and we are going to see Echo once again get left in, so there's going to be quite a bit of utility power that can come from that.
Yeah, it seems like Adventure Force want nothing to do with Maestro, and they have no intentions on really maining Echo a lot on defense. And defense is where they start. Zaku's on dock again. Yeah, there goes. Oh, no, I thought Echo. But, Chad, right now, is Zaku going to get the spawn peak? I need a yes or no. He is 0 for 2 right now.
He's on the dock. He kind of stopped spawn peeking, though, later on in the last game, so I don't know if he's going to do it.
I want to see him do it. I want to see him do it and then be successful with it.
I think he's going to try it.
Body him.
I think he's going to try it, and then if it goes bad, he'll just stop from that point forward.
Zaku, we believe in you.
You have to remember, like, factors in this game, too, right?
Oh, I forgot. Factor against Adventure Force.
Mr. 18 and 4, or whatever his final score line was. Yeah, 18 and 6 out of that last game, so...
Well, Factor's on the perfect operator form as well. It's going to be IQ. IQ can solo roam. She's really good when it comes to getting rid of, traps set by Legion and whatnot. So he's not going to get caught up in the goo mine unless, he's really careless when it comes to creeping up upon the defensive Adventure Force.
We're going to see a pretty standard setup here, though, for the upstairs site. As Adventure Force going to align with what they were doing in the previous matchup. And they are going to continue to stick with this upstairs site to start their defense on. Oh, no, he's here. He's going to do it. He's actually got this is a slightly safer one than the window one he was doing before, but...
I like it. I want him to get this.
To locate a bomb and defuse it. Defender has left the area of operation.
Nope.
Defender has been discovered.
Nope.
So won't find much on that one, unfortunately, as he was hoping there would have been a
Nobody spawned on that side.
Yeah, he was hoping there would have been a few players spawning towards the police line and would have been able to run out there, but oh my goodness! Oh, I'm pretty sure that someone just tried to... Yup.
Wow.
All right, so someone tossed a nitro cell out the admin window, and if they didn't catch it midair, assuming I saw that right, it would have killed like 3 or 4 of them right off the bat.
Would have been fun to see. Maybe next time. But already, getting into real estate, Rexon bodies Cali. Great entry coming in from the Zofia operator. EMP's coming out, and yeah, ADS is going to make light work of it. So he's going to have 2 more left to his name, and he's going to have to be mindful, just in case they might need it once more. Don't see a situation where they will yet, but Doodle's going to pick up the kill on Zaku, and hey, factors down. Adventure Force has a chance.
Hyena going to be popping open the window reinforcement to give him a better angle to play into, to peek into the projector site. Team's actually taking quite a bit of damage here, but they still hold the man advantage for the time being. Hyena will swing out of admin. He's going to go for a different spot. It's looking like a lot of the team is relocating over towards potentially that balcony area to play into that. Maybe also re-entering into the first floor and working up those stairs in order to push the site. Easy for throw, though. Just loops right around admin. Didn't realize, I guess, or at least Rexon didn't get the call that his teammate had backed out and wasn't holding that angle anymore. So he's able to walk forward and just pick up the free win.
Yeah, Rexon was absolutely bamboozled with that. Thought his flank was clear. But Breezy answers back with another kill. 2 straight for Adventure Force. Now, looking at a 1-man advantage. It's going to be a 3v2. And take a look at the operators they still have. I wonder, I was going to say, I wonder if Mozzie still has a nitro cell, but he gets taken out with swiftness. Hyena wants to even up the game and the odds. So now you have Pulse and Legion. This can be done.
Tom's, of course, still being very careful. There's still a minute left in the round here. We're very far into it. Already down to a 2v2. We still have plenty of time left for the attacking team to get into the site. So they've actually got a rather healthy amount of time in order to analyze what's going on and, most importantly, see if they can get any possible drone intel off of this one as well. I don't know if that's going to happen, though. I'm pretty sure all drones have already been used up by this point or are in the hands of dead players, so obviously not going to be able to use them there. Tom is just now going to start exploring the windows, and this is a little bit worrisome for LG at this point, as they don't seem to have an idea about what they want to do, and, well, we've only got 20 seconds left. If they swing in the window, they've already got players in position to stop that, so they'll very likely be dead men here. Let's see, though.
Yeah, there's a lot of self-destruction line of sights that can stop Luminosity, but that's not going to stop him.
Right.
Thomas gets 2 kills, one on his teammate to go ahead and win the game. Crouching. Yeah. No. One was Rexon.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Rexon got a kill. Tom's like, shut up, I'm going to get the last kill. Bodies him and then the last guy. And, yeah, Luminosity, they're going to go ahead and pick up that first round. Great start so far. Pretty wacky gameplay and way to get into sight. But, hey, Luminosity got it done. Adventure Force, you saw the spawn peaks. Fortunately, on the wrong side, the Nitro Cell was off its mark. That could have gotten a lot of kills. And I wish it happened, John.
Yeah, it happened so quick I didn't even get to see. Yep, no, they're even talking about it right now. So yeah, he's saying 2. I honestly think it might have been more because there was a lot of them were grouped up right there, but maybe we didn't have the right perspective on it.
Oh,
but they did just barely catch that midair. That could have been huge, and Luminosity were still able to win regardless.
Yeah, Siege is a game of seconds, and that showed it right there.
Defenders,
He
protect
just
your
flicked it out of air.
Yeah, he did too. It was like right above them when they got it. I think it was maybe like half a second before he could have blown it up. So.
Like they're having a full-on discussion about it. They're like in disbelief that like that happened.
So that's how he got it. He was on the scanner.
Oh.
He had the pistol. He was already looking up there for like probably for like cams and stuff.
So the IQ saved him. It was Factor.
Yeah, Factor ended up saving like the entire team's life that round.
What does Factor in that do? He does everything, man.
That should give you like 1,000 points right there. Just for that.
All right, so here we are, round number 2. Adventure Force are going to fight back. I love the operators that they're bringing to the fight, by the way, though. I mean, each and every single one of them are dynamic. I mean, Cali is on his signature, Jaeger. You have Echo in play. Both of the mice, both of the Yokai drones. It is early, guys. I'm so sorry. But Breezy is a guy I really have my eyes on. Nitrocell, 3 pass, able to hack drones. Wonder what gun he's using. A lot of people are moving away from the Roni, and they're using a Commando. I wonder if he's using that as well. Yeah, it's going to be the same type of attack coming in from Luminosity.
Factor's working with the AUG in the meanwhile, so continuing to evolve the meta there on IQ as everybody's got their own personal choice for her gun. A lot more players ready to move in here through admin once again. It's going to be the same start that we had for the previous round for the most part. Just kind of a slow walk in from Luminosity, trying to get some control over admin, and then we'll start to see the execute shift more than likely over towards Projector after some delay.
Yeah, a little bit of deja vu as Rexon goes in the same spot, but unfortunately this time around he's not able to secure the fast and early kill. But the outline that we saw down below, I'm pretty sure that's going to be Pulse. It's going to be up to Pulse to really make a play, especially knowing that Doodle, yeah, that's going to be throw. Doodle's going to be on the first floor, so with the C4 in place, oh, it's off the mark. He should have held on to it. Wasted utility and a wasted opportunity.
Zone activated.
So we're still going to be at a 5v5 situation. Rexon get the Claymore down. Be a little bit more careful to watch his back this time after what happened in the last round. He'll start to drone out once again. The rest of his team doing very much the same. Throw again, though, is able to find what seems to be a free kill right now as he catches Doodle on the Nomad.
Yeah, Throw staying alive and getting kills is exactly what he needs to do. Picking up one, I believe he can go ahead and go for another. We've seen him pull up streaks with Pulse, but Factor with some drone work as IQ. I wonder if he's able to see exactly where Pulse is right now. Maybe he's out of range. I know that Throw was able to go ahead and rotate around, but yeah, with eyes on the Mozzie, it's going to be up to Throw to go ahead and see if he can make up a really good flank right now. It's Factor. That's going to be the last of his drone.
Factor's trying to push forward here, but he's not going to find the easiest path to do so, as he's kind of on his own, it would seem, at least with this push. End up accidentally running into a goo mine there, so we'll do just a tad of damage to him. The rest of the team starting to work their way over here towards the balcony and site windows in order to start pressuring to the inside, mainly again with these lifeline charges just to stun out the players on the inside. There is someone right around the corner, but they haven't been able to get an angle to actually trigger a fight yet. And you've got two players, or excuse me, one player holding top spiral, another one hiding in the bathroom here now. Hyena and Tom is both going to be able to pick up frags. That'll give them back the man advantage. But again, time is starting to become their enemy here. They only have 25 seconds left to get onto the site.
Oh, there goes the NA stun, and next thing you know, Factor's moving in, and Factor was able to get it. Suzaku loses his 1v1 as Echo, and Factor! He does it again, another 3K! Factor bringing over that hot hand from the last game to go ahead and dominate this round. They would have come through with the kills in a big way, helping his team win their second round in a row.
That's two successful attacks on the upstairs site now, so going by usual trends, Adventure Force would start to shift away from this, probably try the basement next, and there you go. They shift over towards that, as clearly this defense upstairs is just not playing the way they needed to.
I mean, everything was going pretty okay. Adventure Force pretty much had Luminosity bottlenecked at choke points, but when Big Daddy rose through his IQ, that's pretty much it.
It's basically like just kill Factor.
Just kill Factor, and you have a really good chance at winning the round.
Kill Factor, and then Luminosity's entry capability goes down by like 80%.
Like 98%.
So, and right now, that's how Luminosity is winning rounds. They're kind of just winning on entry. And
yeah,
that's
it.
They didn't really have positioning to legitimately execute on the site. It's kind of, just been them going for it, and they're winning. So
right. Rexon was able to get the first blood over in the first round. Then second round, we saw some setups from Luminosity where they were strictly watching rotations downstairs, especially that hallway going into piano. Saw a player, I'm not sure who it was. I wonder if it was Thomas, but he was holding down that angle and picked up the kill as the guy was rotating in from bathroom. So picking up roamers, picking up people that are trying to go out on the flank. That was key for Luminosity. Once Adventure Force were down in numbers, that's when Factor, they rode in with the S on his chest and picked up the 3K for the win.
So we are in the basement now, set up again. Looking pretty standard here as far as the defense is concerned. A little bit aggressive as we do have quite a few roaming capable players, and it's looking like they are going to use them. Suzaku up here is interesting on the Bandit. But I think, he's going to be moving back down right now.
Yeah, I don't see what they have defense-wise over on Yellow Stairs, by the way. I think that's a wide open. Yeah, Yellow Stairs is wide open. It's going to be one roamer at top, and, Claymore for good measure in case of jump out, run out happens.
It's going to take them a few seconds to figure this out as they really have a matrix of Claymores on on that door as far as I can tell. One is to deal with the jump out, though, it seems, from the window just above this, and the second one for the actual door. So, makes sense. Just being extra secure on Yellow, even though we don't really have much of a presence there in Adventure Time right now. Suzaku is able to get into position despite the wall being open, though, and frags out against Hyena. So still, advantage goes to Adventure Force.
Suzaku wasn't able to save the wall, but he was able to take a life. Sometimes you have to give and you take. Suzaku
denies the second opening as well, so they're only going to have
did.
that one wall opening because they did kill the Thermite.
Oh, that was Thermite he killed.
So
okay,
the second charge
that's a great one.
Second charge is going to go unused. we're going to see Factor continue to try and push his way in. Now the team has access to Garage. Rexon should be able to get the position of Suzaku here now, sitting behind the big white van.
There's a lot of range on the side of Adventure Force. I mean, even though you only have one ACOG in hand, I mean, still, they're giving a lot of space. And, coming in from up top, Factor, unable to get the kill.
They had the intel on that one. The drone was telling them exactly where to place it, so they knew exactly what they were doing. They had eyes on that Mozzie. Just not the capability to kill. A third Claymore is now going to go down. Probably just one of the ones that was outside getting moved in here now. And that will give them a little bit more freedom to work with here on Yellow Stairs, but they still need to get into the actual garage itself, and that's the struggle pointer for Luminosity. They haven't found that next entry just yet, but that's been their strong suit, so I have no doubt that they'll more than likely be able to find it here eventually.
I don't know if the Yokai drone's been shot out yet, but the diffuser is currently going down as Thomas picks up a kill on throw. 2 more seconds left to go, and Rexon gets another one for Luminosity. Breezy goes down. One of the top fraggers for this team, but Suzaku is still running around, and he's making magic happen. This is going to look very unlucky. The fact that the diffuser went down and the range has been set, Rexon picks up yet another kill on Cali. Krajan falls, and it's just a slaughter right now as everyone on Adventure Force falls, and Luminosity picks up yet another one.
In very straightforward fashion, too, right? They're not having to do anything like crazy here besides,
Nothing at all.
like, you know, they take piano and blow out the flooring there and get a couple, they try to get a little bit of top-down info that way, and that's not even really that special in my opinion. So it's a very, very straightforward plays right now from Luminosity, and it's working every single time. So Adventure Force needs to kick it up.
I don't know why Adventure Force even settled to even go here. They're giving away so much to Luminosity.
And they're going back to console again, too.
Yeah, so it's like Yellow Stairs was unmanned. Factor was there the entire time, sitting on Factor was on Yellow, looking at his drone, and no one came to stop him. Suzaku was able to get a kill over in Piano area after his initial on Thermite, but that off-site presence has to be stronger. And even the players that are on site, no one was there to stop the diffuser. Yokai drones didn't play to stop it, and
Defenders,
like, where are the traps? Where are the stops? Like, where's the explosiveness? I want to see more.
Good adjustment. We actually didn't talk about this in the ban phase too much, and the fact that Mira was actually left unbanned here, so she's going to be brought back into this round on Breezy there. And we'll see how the windows will end up working out. It's actually looking like he's going to possibly put one against this wall to play a little bit more actively against Yellow. It's be a bit bold, but not. It's not looking like he's going to throw one down there just yet. So we'll come back to that later and see where exactly those Mira windows end up at.
Yeah.
And that will, of course, change up the play quite a bit on this round, as it'll give Adventure Force quite a bit of an advantage in some of these peaks, which is something that they've been struggling with.
Yeah, Breezy with the sling experience, him on Mirror is going to be pretty handy if he's going to choose to stay behind one of the Mirror windows. Like I said, we saw him top fragging, so he knows how to get his kills.
Attackers
Try to swing it twice to go ahead and break a piece of that barricade off. With the spawn peak, they're having no luck with spawn peaks. There's absolutely nobody over. Oh no, it was Factor. Factor just runs out to spawn unfazed.
All on his own, too.
I don't even think he knows somebody was peeking.
So he'll be droning out Admin just to make sure nobody can run out against him. Actually, he's going to go in here and start to push in on his own. So we'll take control of Visa Office all on his own, and we'll start to throw down some of these track singers, too, to restrict the roaming presence. I think now he's fallen back to start pushing up towards Admin itself. As Luminosity's used Admin pushes. The past 2 times they attacked it. This time they're not really doing it, though, besides Factor. It's only him over here. The rest of the team is over towards like Yellow Stair side of the map.
Yeah, they changed it up a little, despite having major success both times that they played that site. But Rex is pretty much looking at the basic areas where roamers will lie. As Cali goes ahead and he takes down Doodle, that's going to be Nomad. So the air jab's going to be taken out of play, and the nice shot underneath the hatch. Rexon takes out Breezy. So yeah, the mirror's gone and no Nitro Cell is going to be available. That's one less for Adventure Force.
Rexon, in the meanwhile, still trying to spam through here, see if he can catch anyone early on. And Yellow also gives him a bit more of an angle to play into before he pushes the Yellow Stairs themselves. Luminosity also starting to get themselves on rappel towards the site windows. Hyena works his way up there, so it does appear as though they are going to try and push into the console office itself to control that site this time, which is a bit of a turn away from their previous strat. Oh, whoa. Way too early on the knife there from Thomas, and Cali's gonna be able to run and get 2 off of that. Hyena, though, and Factor are most important, looking for a trade, but Cali, that's a quad from him now. Possibility to ace if he can find Hyena, as he single-handedly shuts down the push on Yellow.
Cali, the man with the plan, running out his Jaeger, and he's not afraid to peek any fight out there. Saw him pick up a quad kill. Let's see if he can go ahead and get the ace. It's gonna be 1 player left. It's just gonna be Hyena. It's gonna be on Fragmite. A really strong gun in his hands. It's gonna be up to Adventure Force to hold this down. Posting Jaeger on the board That's all they really need to make this clutch happen.
Hyena still looking to make his run around here as he loops around the corner, though. It's going to be Callie that shuts it down and confirms the ace in this round. Beautiful stuff from him. Great play on yellow. Great aggressive stuff in order to take this round away from Luminosity. Finally puts a point on the board, of course, as well for Adventure Force.
All right. 3-1, Adventure Force. Let's see if they can fight back. We're going to go to the lobby and press room. So a little bit of change of scenery, a sight that we do not see often. And we're almost at halftime. So Adventure Force, they have to make the most of their defensive rounds.
Let's see how exactly Adventure Force is going to look to try, because obviously that one you get away with the first time, but not going to be relying on aces from your team in order to win rounds consistently. So gets away from that one. And what are they talking about?
He's sexing.
They just tell him that he's sexing?
Yeah.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused
Just
by
the context
attackers.
on that one, but we'll get into this round, and it is going to be a lobby hold here for Adventure Force. They don't want to go back to basement after they finally won an upstairs round.
Hyena on top, and Luminosity, they've been looking pretty strong right here. But still, oh, crouch in. Crouch in.
Bomb located.
All right,
by
him is...
attackers.
Crouch in on Mozzie. Perfect operator for him to go ahead and get that first kill. So, let's see what his placement is going to be. He's going to be one of the main roamers, or that's going to be expected of him
10
on this
seconds
operator.
remaining.
What is happening?
5 seconds left before insertion.
What are they talking about? I'm so out of the loop right
Attackers
now.
objective is to defuse a bomb.
They said, can I have merch? I'll give you one with the rocket ship on it. And he says that Suzaku has a nice watch. Speaking of Suzaku there, he's going to try to go for his spawn. He most importantly doesn't take any damage from that. He's able to just attempt it and then run away. So nothing gained, nothing lost.
Yeah, unable to go ahead and get that spawn peak, but you know what? At least he gets to walk away with his life this time around. And repelling up to Advin once again is going to be Rexon. It's going to be the third time we see him enter here, and hopefully he can go ahead and wrap up with a kill. Every time he comes here, he doesn't leave with his hands empty, so to say.
The rest of the team still very focused on drone work right now for Luminosity as they clear out the rest of the first floor and try to see how exactly the setup is positioned for Adventure Force. A lot of it upstairs, as you might expect on the sites like this. They don't want to let the top-down control go over towards Luminosity. That could cause a lot of issues. Air Jab's going to go down to restrict any basement rotations coming up through Visa stairs. This will allow for Doodle to fully focus on this push.
Yeah, Doodle just making sure he's watching his back, so if anybody ever tries to run down for rotation or flank, bam, they're going to get knocked right on their butts for the easy kill. But Doodle, pretty sure he's well aware that there's people up there. The roam presence is actually quite heavy. This is probably the heaviest roam play we've seen from Adventure Force so far. It's going to be all up to how they capitalize on the numbers. Thomas, Mute Jammer, is going to go ahead and get rid of his drone, and if Mozzie's in the right area, he can go ahead and snatch that up and use it as his own. But still, Luminosity, they're taking their time. They're not pushing, and they're not relying on raw skill and just their status to go ahead and try to overpower Adventure Force.
We've got Rexon as well now after losing Doodle just a few seconds ago. Going to rotate down the stairs, try to push into the lobby from upstairs, and that won't be the easiest thing in the world, so they do need to try and get a little bit more drone intel before they do it. Hyena having eyes on a player just in the side hall for a second, but is not going to be able to confirm it. Cryogen instead is able to pick up a frag onto Factor, dropping him and bringing this down into a 3v4. Still advantage to Adventure Force, and now less than 1 minute remaining on the clock.
1 minute, 50 seconds left in the game. Legion still on the board. Good mines are still accumulating over for him, so you can be able to stop any type of attack and slow down the attackers. And Hyena with some nice peaks and some pre-fire, unable to connect, but now they know exactly where he is. And catching him off guard, Suzaku goes down, the refrag happens, left and right, his throw is able to get a triple kill. Finding himself in a 2v1, all the push, and Mozzie gets bodied. Cryogen tries it. Oh, Tomas with such a nice angle is unable to get the kill, but he's still going to peek again. He wants to fight, and he gets the kill! Throws around, challenges the fight, and that's how you do it.
Thomas doesn't even type goodnight properly.
He can't even type right.
Yeah, FG.
My man slapped his keyboard.
It was a quick way to type it. A little bit too quick.
Such a nice play from Thomas, man.
Nicely done there by Thomas. Beautiful play. Almost flubbed it as well because of that unfortunate wall positioning, but was able to make a quick little rotate there, get to the other side of it. And Mozzie still took the duel, giving him over the win in that situation. Great stuff from Thomas. Luminosity going back into controlling the situation now at 4-1 with the win there. That will take us back down to the basement for the last defensive round on Adventure Force.
Last defensive round it is. Adventure Force have been pretty much struggling over here on defense. FGN. Pretty much struggling on defense. Hopefully attack is counter to them like we saw last time. Adventure Force were actually better on attack on this map than they were on defense the first time we've seen them play today. So Luminosity looking to extend the lead, up by 3 rounds away to go ahead and close it out. And take a look at the stats. Fact, they're only 4-3. What a shame.
So let's get into this round. Another basement defense being put up. Last one won by Luminosity, I'm pretty sure just off of the, again, the raw entry power that they brought to the table multiple times now on this site.
Mirror's going to be in play once again. Mirror really didn't have a big effect from Adventure Force, by the way. And Opta's usually banned. She's been in play, and she's had little to no effect in the game.
Like, personal opinion, I think this is one of the maps where she has the least effectiveness, or like has the least capability to change the entirety of how a round needs to be played because she's there.
Yeah.
Like, she has effectiveness, she has usefulness in this map, but it's nowhere near maps like some of the other maps they could potentially use her on, such as like Bank and whatnot in the basement site there, where it just kind of like completely changes the situation.
All right, MP out and nope, early MP. And I wonder if Adventure Force is going to keep Yellow Stairs unattended. Last time they gave Yellow Stairs straight to Luminosity, and it was all to Suzaku to really hold. Is that a mirror?
Yeah, it's on the garage. They're going to make this annoying to get open.
There you go.
Oh!
Wow.
They were okay. Oh, and he didn't even die either. He's only down. They should be able to confirm it as he backs up there a little bit, but... they're picking up frags anyway. Didn't even get a chance to blow up the wall. This is the big factor coming out of this one, as Factor himself has gone down along with Thomas due to a nice angle taken by Cryogen. That puts us into a 3v2, and there's no way for Luminosity to get that wall open despite getting the charge onto it.
Just as Blue and I are talking about how Mira has had little to no effect on this whole game, seems like the round might actually go to Adventure Force thanks to the mirror window that was placed on Garage Wall. They were able to see EMPs coming in. They were able to see the Thermite walk up. They were able to utilize that to their advantage to go ahead and get the kills, and now they're up in numbers. It's going to be a 3v2, and now operators on both sides are left standing. It's big for any team to win right now. Anything is capable. I mean, anything is possible.
We've already seen Luminosity turn situations like this around multiple times, though. Rexon going to get into position. Oh, no, he ends up stunning himself off the metal bars there. Bit of an unfortunate mistake, as I think he might have had a player on the angle, too, if he just peeked it. But not going to happen. He'll have to back out with Doodle. Try to find a way to force themselves into the site. Man, they've even got to go back here to get the diffuser. Think they can squeak it out of the corner here. No real kill opportunities being presented to Rexon, though, as he re-peeks that broken mirror window.
Themselves in the 2v3. Pretty sure there's traps set out. Passer in place to go ahead and stop any type of droning. And I wonder if Adventure Force have any drones on their end. All right, so here it is. Under a minute now. Luminosity game planning. Of course, Yellow Stairs is going to be given to them because Adventure Force, they wanted that to happen. They're keeping their distance. But Luminosity, they can find a way to go ahead and jump down in front of the vehicles, go ahead for the plant.
What a crazy hop.
Yeah, Doodle gets out barely alive, and with the peak happening, yeah, get the barbed wire out of there.
I think that barbed wire swipe actually just saved his life, because he was peaked from a headshot, if not. He's going to try to go for it again, trying to take out... Oh, that box is not going to be solid. So Doodle spams through it, takes out Throw. And they've once again turned this around, brought it down to a 2 versus 1. Callie does have a mirror window to play up, but he's quickly going to abandon it, heading into the garage instead. He's actually outwitted both of them right now, as they don't expect him, but the shots give away his position yet again. The plant will be going down. It doesn't look like he has really any capability to stop this. So diffuser planted. Now he needs to find a way to push White Fan, and it's not going to work out so well. He's so low now, down to just a sliver of HP remaining against these two members of Luminosity. They're also low, so he can try to win it, but no, Luminosity take control again and solidify a 5-1.5 on attack.
Dominant performance. Luminosity came in the game humble, and hey, the score isn't that humble at all. Destroying Adventure Force right now. They need an answer, but once again, like we said, maybe defense wasn't their better side. We saw them struggle on defense, and then things actually picked up on offense. They were able to pick up 3 straight rounds to go ahead and win the series in the first game that they had today.
Luminosity doing a kind of last-second site switch there. It looked like they were going to go upstairs first, but they end up going into the basement. So they'll try that for their first round. They're going to bring the Mirror out as well, because why wouldn't you? She's unbanned.
Yeah.
Along with Echo coming in for Hyena. A lot more utility on the site itself. The Smoke, for instance, coming in, which we saw used a bit more sparingly by Adventure Force. And then besides that, obviously your normal Bandit and Jaeger picks.
Winner Factor is going to put a mirror window on the garage door
Attackers
again
need to locate and defuse as many
to
bombs
kind
as
of
they
imitate
can.
or mock Adventure Force. Would be pretty funny to see. But the Yokai drone is going to be in play with Hyena, and Cryogen is going to be his responsibility to shoot him out the sky. But take a look at the operators that are chosen for Adventure Force. I mean, we pretty much know what operators need to bring in every single round, and they have the right ones. They have Ops for Verticality, getting rid of Bandit Tricking with Sophia, and Flank Watch with Breezy. So, you know, all of their corners are currently covered. You do not necessarily need a Thatcher because there's so many other ways to go ahead and get rid of those batteries. You could go Yellow Stairs and shoot them out the way. That's F Luminosity forfeits that area over to Adventure Force. But we're going to see a heavy roam presence over here in the bathroom area as well with, it's going to be Rexon or Tomahawk?
Must locate and defuse
More likely
the bomb.
Rexon going to stick around here.
Yeah, okay. So it's going to be interesting to see how Adventure Force is going to go ahead and attack this.
So it looks like, yeah, he's going to stay in the bathroom. Hyena, though, already off to a banging start as Suzaku actually gets found out. I'm pretty sure it was on this push right here, trying to move into Visa.
Good night. Shout out Dirty Towels.
Man, that's a long shot, too. Bye-bye. And, I mean, that's hard breach, right? So that's
hard breach.
You're not getting the wall open.
Not at all.
Big W right there for Luminosity already. We're, like, literally 5 seconds into the round.
Please end.
Oh. All right.
All right.
He's got about a 20,000 person queue to wait in if he wants to do that. But
Yeah,
good
it's
luck.
gonna take a long time. USN Finals will be here by the time he's able to win that game.
Either way, Throw moves in through the front door and is going to start to work his way down now over these next few seconds. Obviously clearing out Piano here too, as this is a common spot for roamers to be kind of hiding at. And we did have that bathroom player before, but it's looking like he's been pulled back now because of the kill they got at the beginning.
Yeah, pretty much. And Kelly looking down this hatch, seeing if he can catch a body or two rotating around, but none of that's going to happen.
Push them out.
Looks like Luminosity are just playing patient at the moment. Yeah, pretty much. Is this like a silent collective push over the hatch?
I mean, Luminosity's going to sit on site, just like, yeah, come get us. That's what they're doing right now for Luminosity. And Adventure Force is trying to play into that hatch for angles. But yeah, they're going to have to, like...
They're not going to see anything.
They're not going to see anything, because...
Like, what's the game plan? What's the plan B now?
Well, right now, it's Callie mainly trying to get open some of this terrain over here towards Piano and see if there's anyone that's going to be hiding out in the garage, you know, the concrete area of the garage itself, so they could try to knock some of that out.
But this shows where the inexperience can kick in. You have a solo player coming into Yellow Stairs, and yeah, Crotch is able to get a kill, but, you know, what's plan B now that Thermite is actually dead? It's Factor. Answers back along
gonna
with Hyena.
drop.
Yeah, everyone's just dying.
Cryogen is still trying to work his position over there on Spiral, and he's doing it too. Found a second kill, but the Fuser ultimately goes down, as it was in his hands over at Spiral, interestingly enough. Instead of with the 4 players dropping hatch, Breezy now the last one alive, and it won't stay that way for long. Luminosity cut him out and put them up to map point.
So even if he was able to go ahead and get that plant with Nomad, he had no way to exit. No way to exit at all.
Mm-hmm.
He was going to be unable to get through the garage wall because, you know, there's no hard breacher. And he's going to have to really rotate up and get out of Yellow Stairs if possible, which is damn near impossible if you're in a 1v2 like that and they're holding long angles. Or just frag out for the win. No, just hold your position and get the kills.
Unfortunately for Adventure Force, their round was very much over before it began due to their inability to change up the way that they were playing that, and of course the immediate knock of their Thermite going into that round. So we will go upstairs, as you might expect, for Luminosity to try and close this map out on. Operator lineup will change slightly as a result of that. Doodle's going to get promoted to Doc. We've got Rexon still going to be roaming, but on the Vigil this time instead of the Jaeger that he was on in the previous round. And then you've got Mozzie and Alibi too, so a very free-running lineup here for Luminosity. Again, though, kind of what you expect on a site like this.
This could be it. Luminosity 1 round away. Familiar territory for them. We saw this last time around. Just 1 round. Some people say it's easier said than done, but for Luminosity, this is what we pretty much expect. But still a good showing from Adventure Force, even making it this far. So kudos to them, and hey, who knows? The comeback can still happen. Luminosity are a very humble team, and you know they don't run around with their heads held high, thinking that matches like this are going to be simple wins. they know that they have to work
10
for it,
seconds
and
to go.
yeah, they're going to try their hardest until the entire map is over.
It's going to be a very tough task, however, for Adventure Force. I now need to win 5 rounds consecutively without dropping any of them.
Attackers'
Let's see if
objective
they're
is
going to be able to
locate
do
a
that.
bomb and defuse
That mirror window is going to be kind of interesting because it'll probably get shot out like really quickly.
Where does Mirror place that?
There's one in projector,
The attackers' bomb diffuser
so like
has
right
been
where
dropped.
the windows can see it
Attackers recovered
Oh.
the bomb diffuser.
Okay.
from the balcony.
Attackers have dropped the bomb diffuser.
All right. So Factor's going to be lonely on that side of the map, and yeah, it's going to be a full admin size spawn. Are they going to take admin, or what's
No, right now they're making sure they don't get spawn peeked at Visa.
Yeah, they're like prone.
They don't want to lose their hard breacher this early into the round. They are going to move in quickly here just to make sure they can confirm a kill on someone here if there was a roamer again. But yeah, LG abandoned that after the last round, and they still get the opening kill. Doodle from across the map over here on the other side. Oh no.
Oh, no.
Oh
Area
no.
of operation.
All right, well this will be a quick reversal on this one, but it'll also give away where they're hiding. I was about to say if they killed someone right there. Callie, in the meanwhile, is getting Callie and Cryge are going to be able to run havoc upstairs, finding Factor and Thomas.
So,
Clear the blast area.
with this looking like this was going to go straight to Luminosity this round, Adventure Force was still able to go ahead and claw away with 2 kills, making it a 3v3. So player currently prone? No, he was down.
He's
Yeah,
dead. Monkey balled him.
Callie's done for. Yeah, this is it. You have Habana, yeah, you have Ash left, and yeah, GG's, guys.
It's all going to come down to Cryogen now. He did find some kills earlier on in the round, but there we go. Rexon has his number, takes him out. And there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Luminosity will take quick control of this matchup. 7-1 is going to be the final scoreline of this match. And we will see LG go through into the West Coast Conference qualifiers.
About
Stage
time. It's only right, right? Like when you say it, it sounds right. It doesn't sound odd at all. Luminosity belongs here. Luminosity and Evil Geniuses, yeah, they've won recently here in Stage 3, but they still have not qualified for LAN yet.
And that is the important note coming out of this one, is now LG and EG are going to likely have to fight each other for that position going forward. Only one of those 2 teams will be able to make it to LAN here in Stage 3.
Yeah. So that's going to be that. So Luminosity are going to go ahead and move forward. We'll see them in best of 3s later on the stage. And just another reminder, do not enter these tournaments late, because after Stage 3, you see EG and Luminosity here, we're going to have a wild card stage, and that's going to be your last chance to qualify for LAN. Trust me, the finals are going to be amazing. You guys don't want to miss it.
Take a look at our replays from the course of the match. An interesting one as well here, but Luminosity definitely reigning supreme at the end of the day, only dropping a single round to Adventure Force throughout the course of this match here, and turning around multiple situations where they had no business doing so. A lot of 2vx's seemingly won by Luminosity here, and a lot of rounds won simply on raw execute power alone, even when they potentially lost a hard breacher early in the round or something like that. Really strong stuff from Luminosity and showing off what they have been working on for the last few months.
And I still don't know why Luminosity, Adventure Force wouldn't even ban this map. It's a map they don't have a lot of experience on, and it pretty much showed with them struggling for plan B or C at times. And, you know, if you're not that familiar with the map and you're really entering these tournaments trying to make it to LAN, just ban it. Play maps are really comfortable, you know. But maybe they have a lot more auto bans than we know. Maybe
Yeah.
the map pool isn't that deep.
That's true, so we'll have to work on that in the future. Or may have just felt comfortable on this map, but underestimated the strength that Luminosity would bring to the table. That's a possibility as well for this
Cannot
one.
underestimate Luminosity.
Especially not Factor after that other game.
But Factor was so quiet that game.
Relatively speaking, yeah, but like I think the thing is like everybody on Luminosity was doing
Went
good.
off,
I think it was only like a 3 or 4 kill difference across the entire team between top and bottom. So
Yeah, big time. Plus, there wasn't blue for Factor to run in and be Big Daddy yet. So
yeah, and we'll see those stats in just a second, by the way, if you are curious, so stick around for that because we'll have the full match stats coming up right after the interview that Billy should be having at any moment.
Again, the stats interview ready. I'm just waiting on the word from my man Camille, working the 1s and 2s behind the screen. The best producer in the world. Interview's ready. Thank you. All right, let's go ahead and jump right into it. Thomas, give me Thomas. Oh, Thomas, you look different, dude. Thomas,
Lost a few pounds.
I'm saying your diet is off the chain. I need to learn some secrets.
Yep.
So wait, how do you hear me if the headset isn't on?
Well,
Is it
Thomas
that
plays
loud?
on this volume, and it's actually so loud that if I put it on my ears, I won't be able to hear anything.
So
So I
okay,
don't know how he plays like this, but he does.
Factor, why are you so good? What makes you so good, Factor? Why are you a god?
I don't think I'm that good. I still have a lot to improve on as
Yeah.
a player.
So lately, you've had a lot of experience in person with your teammates when it comes to these games, USN Pro League, whatever. How has that really helped you guys out?
Oh, 100%. Like being with them every day, getting the team chemistry up, building that energy. It definitely helps in game with like calling and just like knowing what your teammate's gonna do.
Yeah.
Like I know what Doodle will do 99% of the time because I'm always with him.
And if not, you can just throw some at him, right?
Doodle's the best.
Doodle really is. All right, so I asked Tomas already your expectations here for USN. We expect nothing but greatness for you guys. Before you joined the team, the honeymoon phase ended. You came back, and it's a breath of fresh air. Before you joined this team, was there something that you told them that you could bring to the team to help them elevate to go to the next level?
I think I bring really good comms. I feel like I keep the energy up no matter what. I'm very used to like being down in games and then still bring it back with the same energy. So, and they know that I've been friends with them for a very long time. They know how I play. They know how my comms are. So
right.
I think that having comms in in a game like this is very important.
Right.
So, and keeping the energy high, definitely important.
Listen, Factor, I'm happy for you. You guys dominated today. Banana Boat Crew, listen, I thought they were going to come back on you guys, but Blue and I we were hoping that you got the kill record against them. But
hey, at the end of the rounds, I was like, let me get the kills, but then my team just slaughtered them.
That's why
I didn't get a choice.
That's why he was roaming with Bandit.
Yeah.
All right, Factor.
I was just doing anything to get those kills.
That's it for the day, man. Say what you want to the chat. We're closing out the show, man. Just go all out.
And I appreciate everyone supporting us. Luminosity, great org, great people.
Yeah.
Shout out my parents, they're always watching the stream. Shout out my family, my brothers,
Mama, thanks for believing in me. All right.
Yep.
Listen, you guys are a really humble team, and I love seeing you guys win. So, hey, good luck. Hope you guys make it to land.
Thank you.
And I'll see you next time, all right, man?
I appreciate you, brother.
I appreciate you too, man. Take it easy. By the way, on record, I still missed the Tracking and Factor duo that Stokes and I casted.
Mm-hmm.
That was fun, man. So shout out to Tracking if you're out there.
Well, we're going to see Tracking soon, I think. He's on Parallax now, actually.
He is, yeah. He's on Parallax.
So
Such an amazing pickup.
We're going to see them, too, when we get to the conference qualifiers in a few weeks' time, as they made it through last week. But here's the full match stats for you guys. As we've got, once again, Luminosity, only a 4-kill difference between the top and bottom performers in terms of KD. Hyena at 10 and 6, Factor at 6 and 6, tied with Doodle as well. Similar situation for Adventure Force, but unfortunately just couldn't hold out against the executes we were seeing on attack, as well as the very strong defense from Luminosity. And as such, they will control this matchup.
Yep, Rex with 100% call. So in regards to MVP, Luminosity, they're the MVPs. Let's be honest. Not one person carried, not one person outshine the other. I mean, entire team effort. If you beat a team 7-1, that's that. And outgunned about 13 kills.
In terms of openers, actually a very even game. 4-4 on opening kills, but kills themselves, Luminosity dominates by a margin of over 10.
Yeah.
So definitely, and also 2 clutches, 2 plants to 0. You kind of start to get the message here when you look at this board.
Yeah, opening kills really half the story, and this shows that. It's all about mid-game adjustments. What happens when the player dies, and how much does that opening kill really affect the strategy or gameplay? It's one thing if you go ahead and you kill Zofia out of spawn, and it's another if you kill Thermite out of spawn. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So, I mean, that's pretty much that, and that's it for the day.
Yep, that's going to do it for us today, ladies and gentlemen. But reminder, we are back once again on Thursday for our Eastern Conference Open Qualifier. It's week 3 of Stage 3, meaning in about 2 weeks' time, we're going to start the conference qualifiers and get closer and closer to seeing who's going to land. That does it for tonight, though, ladies and gentlemen. We hope we see you Thursday. If not, have a great rest of your evening.